I like it.
That's totally not us.
That's not it.
Are we? You were supposed to. Oh, we are recording.
Oh, we're recording.
Okay.
We're live and welcome.
And welcome to the third episode.
Fourth?
No, this is the third time we're meeting. Oh,
This
it's
is
the
four
fourth.
because we look better in the other one. Yeah, so this is number four.
Wait. And
Every
we're both,
time.
Wait, we're
Our fifth. It's the fifth. We don't know. We just show
all right,
up.
But all I know is that we're Botoxed up now. When you see yourself on here,
I look much better than I
we
did.
look younger.
I think y'all look great.
Like, look at that. No movement, baby.
We can't move our foreheads now. The first episode to the fifth. We went back 10 years.
That is a hell of an intro.
Yeah, I love it. Next time I'll get Botox and I'll come back.
Yes. It's like the standard toolbox for realtors, right? Your sign, your name writer,
Oh my
name
God,
badge,
you don't
your
Well, you
know
Botox.
can't
this.
look angry, so you
No.
just have to have
No. you
Also, I
can't.
have the
that poker
face.
face.
I don't have a poker face. Everybody always knows what I'm thinking, you know?
Me too.
If they're like, what do you think? I'm like, they're like, change your face. I'm like, oh, I didn't know. It was, you know.
That is
So-
so funny.
So welcome back to the fifth episode. We have today with us the lovely Miss Gloria Sims Crump, the queen of real estate.
Thank y'all for having me. I'm excited.
Absolutely. We have our
Yes.
first guest, so we're
Yes.
excited.
Yeah.
I feel it's very special.
So I know the burning question I want to ask. So whenever on the expressway, you see your
Yeah.
billboards with the crown. How did that all get started? I've always wanted to know.
Well, first of all, I've never won a pageant in my life. So I got top 10 in the county fair and I cried. I was so excited. I'm from Selma, Alabama, Dallas County. So, I mean, pageants are a big deal there.
Yes.
You know, but so a lot of people do ask me if I were like a pageant girl. I was like, yeah, but I never won. So, well, if y'all know my mother, she's kind of queenly in herself, and
Yeah.
my
Yes.
grandmother was. So, I don't know. I guess in a way, we just always have thought of ourselves as, I don't know,
Yeah.
royal, you know, kind of hold yourself to a higher standard in
Yeah.
a way. But I just decided, but it was actually a couple of years before I went public, so to speak, with
Okay.
the Queen of Real Estate. And in the back of my mind, I was like, I want to advertise myself as the Queen of Real
Yeah.
Estate. And I felt like I had to get to a certain point in my career to where I felt like I could pull it off.
Yeah.
Like
I
just,
get it.
I just could not.
That's a big title.
I felt like I had to have respect for my peers.
Absolutely.
I had to feel like, you know, the public could perceive me as, you know, somebody that could hold the title, so to speak. And I really am big on customer service. So my tagline is I treat my clients like royalty.
Love it. Yeah.
And so I was like, you know, somebody needs to be the queen of real estate. And I just can't think of anyone else. So I just got to the point, and then one time I was like, all right, I got to get a new billboard. And I was like,
I know. I see it.
Now's
this
the
is
time.
Hey,
it.
it stands out because there's so
Yeah.
many billboards there, and you
Especially
know.
with the cutout tiara or
I
crown.
designed that.
Yes.
I've designed
Sparkles.
I mean, that was smart.
Yeah.
It's all
Thank
about
you.
branding.
It's really funny because when you first did it, I was like, what is that
I know.
mess?
Well,
what
yeah.
has she done?
Yeah.
You know, Gloria, come on.
I know.
But now I'm like, that was pure genius. And I'm a
Oh.
little envious.
I
'cause it was
love
like,
marketing.
It all
Yes.
comes down to marketing in our
Yep.
industry.
And it's like, I did my little tagline where people are like, Queen of Real Estate. And I'm like, but I treat my clients like royalty.
But that makes
Perfect,
sense.
yeah.
I
And
like.
it's like I just turn around on customer service, and
Yeah.
I just, but it's fun, and I've always done the queen
Mm-hmm.
That is
wave,
too funny.
and even like, I mean, my grandmother had like a little crown, like a little brooch, like, and so as you can see, I got my brooch.
Oh
There
my
you go.
God.
Mhm.
So I don't know,
Very on
just kind
theme.
of felt comfortable in
Yeah.
those shoes, so to speak. or
And when you go in her
crown.
office, she has like a whole wall of tiaras.
Oh
and-
yeah,
Oh
I
my
get
Which one will she
God.
wear today?
But you don't show up to.
know.
Do you show up to appointments in the tiaras too?
Nope, I
okay.
do not. I do
She wears the
have-
brooch.
I do wear a brooch.
Oh, you do?
I'm subtle. You know, it's all about them.
That's
you know.
right.
I gotta treat them like royalty.
That is great.
But I just, you know, I like to let them know who they're dealing with. Sometimes people need some, you know, reminders
That
every
is
now and then.
Yeah, yeah.
Was your grandma in real estate or just your
No,
mom?
she was she sold furniture
Here or in Selma?
in Selma.
Okay.
So she had it. She's pretty much a pioneer, like trailblazer.
Okay.
One thing she was really known for was the black nail polish she had
Huh.
made
Okay.
for her back in the 30s, and so she
Wow.
wore that till she was
Wow.
passed away at 95. And she started an antique business back when she was in her mid-20s, which
Okay.
was unheard of, you know, at that time. It's in the
Absolutely.
early
Women owning a
40s.
business.
Oh, yeah. And then she grew her furniture business. The building was 80,000 square feet. And
Wow.
It was half showroom, half, warehouse. And then my mother had a clothing business, but that's where I learned customer service.
Okay.
Was just key because I grew up in the sales business.
Absolutely.
And so, with that being said, I've always, like, since I was little, I just knew, that you treat customers well, they'll keep coming back.
Absolutely.
And I love dealing with the public, and I love sales, and
So you worked the front desk during the summers and weekends?
No,
or-
I was like manual, like child labor. Child labor laws were out the room. Like they didn't matter. If you wanted to eat,
You gonna work
you
for
moved
your keep.
furniture.
That's right.
My sister and I, we were having to move my dad's furniture back several years ago, and we were coming downstairs with a sofa, and these people were like, "Do y'all need some help?" And we're like, "No, we got this." We were like,
So used to it.
Yeah, we're like, we're not scared. So.
And then your mom, how did the whole real estate industry?
So my mother started selling real estate in Selma, and then I graduated high school in 2000. And so she actually moved here when I graduated.
2000.
And started selling. She was at Kaiser for about a year and a half.
Okay.
And then she went to Remax of Gulf Shores.
Okay.
And so she's been there ever since. And then I got my real estate license my junior year in college.
Okay.
And then I worked at a real estate company in Tuscaloosa my senior year. And then I just hit the ground running.
That's amazing.
I graduated at 21. It's a miracle.
Wow,
I
yeah.
know, isn't that crazy?
I know.
People think I'm smart, but I just had a late birthday. And so I...
That's a good tagline for a
Yeah.
people think I'm smart. I
smart.
just have a late
I
birthday.
just had a late birthday. And so I started selling real estate here, and my first transaction was supposed to close the day Ivan hit. And it was at Harbor House. It was
Oh,
a
my
reverse
God.
1031 tax exchange. And, the front buildings passed the CCL line. So if that building was demolished, they couldn't build it back anywhere.
Right.
And then next thing you know, we were just like, oh, my God, please let that condo be there. That man had already purchased
Oh
COs.
my God.
And it was. And I was like, if this is my first transaction,
That's
You
hard.
can
it is
handle
going to
anything,
be a piece of cake from here on out. And it has been
You had like the
roll-
trifecta on you, right?
I did. Reverse 1031, my first transaction.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And a hurricane, major
I've never
hurricane.
even done a reverse 1031 since then.
That is.
I don't think I've ever done a reverse 1031.
Neither have I.
And that's
Tell
my
me
first
what
transaction.
is a reverse 1031?
Okay, so the person that was selling the property, he found the condo he wanted.
Right.
So we had not had an offer on his deal yet, so he had to go ahead and purchase that property, and he obtained a bridge loan.
Got it.
And then he had so many months to sell the unit
To fulfill.
mhm.
Yep.
And then so just
Okay.
it's just like you have X amount of days
Yeah.
to declare. Same thing. It's just literally you go in reverse.
I'm surprised we didn't see more of those during like 2020, 2021 when
know.
it was so hot.
Oh,
People are like, I can't even buy the unit because I
Never
can't
even
get
had
it.
an investor even bring that
No,
up to me.
I do a lot of
ever.
1031s, but I've never done a reverse 1031.
Yeah, we had
lot
Paula
lately.
Kennan come and talk about reverse 1031 in my little podcast.
Oh,
So
I gotta watch that
I learned some-
episode.
Yeah, and I actually learned some things about it. Like I
Yeah.
said, I hadn't done it in 20 years.
And Paula Kennan's sharp. She is
very
smart.
sharp,
Yes.
and
Every time
so-
I've had a closing with her, I'm always impressed.
very much so.
And to be so small and have such high heels, and
Oh,
she just
yeah.
does it with no.
I don't
Have you
think
ever
I've
met her?
ever met her.
Yeah, she has her own
she's
title
awesome.
company. This is a plug for Paula Kennan now.
Yeah, there
Next
you go.
guest.
Yeah, exactly. Spin off.
There you go.
And so, but yeah, and so it was there, and we closed. It was literally
That's
a
amazing.
miracle because I was like, this is gonna be a piece of cake.
So that was 04.
That was 2004.
okay.
Yeah, so
20
20
years.
years ago.
Wow.
Yes, it's my 20th year, and as y'all know, it's been a wild ride.
It
Yeah.
always is.
And so when I would come down here to be my mom's little assistant,
Because
while I
you
was
were
in
teamed
college.
up with your, right? You were.
I wasn't with my mom
were a
and my
team.
sister. Yeah, at the
Okay.
very beginning. Now she's a nurse. She's
your
like
sister.
I love
Yes.
her sister.
Okay.
Yeah.
She was a
She's good
broker
time,
as
too.
well, and
And it was
had
the
her
three
own
of you
places.
on a team? I remember
We were
when I
the
first.
Sims team.
Okay.
And they were on a
Yeah.
Beetle. Do you remember the
The
Beetle?
Beetle
No.
Bug.
I loved that Beetle.
I know.
They were on the hood. They had like a decal where their faces were.
Oh yeah.
No,
I
on
was
the
all
hood of
in
the
charge of
bug.
the marketing.
Yes.
So
Oh, see.
I loved it. It said Bug Us.
Uh-huh.
So,
Yes, that's
on the
right.
little Beetle Bug.
Smart.
Yeah.
It was fun. But I would come down and help my mom, and we would go to the Board of Realtors breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember your father.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. He was so funny. He would get on the chair and do like a little auction thing. And I
Uh-huh.
just told him, I was like, I love that man. I would just get so excited.
He's so funny. He has a way about himself.
Oh,
doing that.
yes.
Like
I
literally,
know.
people
Y'all
will come
have
up and
But
say,
even the
Same
laugh.
laugh.
It's the
Yeah.
laugh. You could like literally be in a crowded
I
room
love
and you're like,
it.
oh, Tommy's there. Or, oh, Tom's here.
Yes, y'all have an infectious
"Yeah, I was in a store the other day.
laugh.
Someone said, I heard your
love it.
laugh." You know,
Oh,
where
yes.
they
That
came and
is
sought me
great.
out.
Yep, and then y'all had it was like a little Christmas party for all the realtors that sold something.
That was the first year that I was in
yes!
the business. Yeah.
And you and your dad, you were behind your dad, and we were, and y'all had the exact same laugh. And I was like, oh my gosh, they are identical.
Oh yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. We
So,
have a good time.
Reminds me of me
Literally.
and my mom.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
That would be
I'm
a good
named right
podcast.
after.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
see, he's William Thomas. I'm Thomas Earl.
I did
So
not
people
realize.
always
I
are
thought
like,
you
he
were
should be Bill. No, he's
Junior.
William Thomas III, and he stopped it because he said, I was sick of getting my dad's mail all the time. So then I'm Thomas. I'm like, well, you didn't help it for me because I get calls all the time. They say, hey, Tom. No, this is Tommy.
And what's your
Oh, hey,
middle
Tom.
name?
Earl.
Yeah.
Well, I think we'll just call you Earl.
You know,
But legally, it's Tommy on everything, or
yeah, I like had it changed so it's Tommy.
You
yeah.
did?
Oh.
Yeah, because you know when the board changed that, where it had to like
It had to
Yeah,
change.
match
you're
your
legal,
license. I was like,
trust me.
I don't want people calling me Thomas Earl, and he didn't want people
Yes.
calling him William Thomas. So
Yep.
you know, they'd be like William or Bill, and he's like, this
Yeah.
is Tom.
Yep,
So
exactly.
yeah, I had to have it
He's
changed.
fine.
$25.
really,
Yeah.
never knew that.
Yeah, for the license. You know.
Oh, I thought
Oh,
you
yeah,
were
I
just
didn't
saying,
legally
change your
have
name.
it
I was like,
Oh,
gosh, if
you
that-
didn't legally. That's what I'm saying.
No, that's just my nickname. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I put it on
I
all
was gonna
legal
say, gosh, if
documents.
that were the case, everybody would change their name. Yeah.
No, it's a well. Funny story. I'm going to digress here real quick. But my mother-in-law, when she was 10, changed her name legally.
Oh, really?
She didn't like her name. She was named Susan
At
Aaron. And she went and changed her name to Aaron O'Kelly.
I like her.
yeah.
That actually sounds kind of famous.
Oh yeah, I know.
10 years old. Why
So-
would you even be thinking of
Because
that?
she was a brookie, you know, Mountain Brook, and
Yeah.
they just are on a different
Oh,
breed.
that's
Yeah.
it.
Mhm.
Yep.
But her grandmother was like, I don't like that name either, so her grandmother took her and they changed the name.
And then she comes home and the mom's like, "What did you do to change my
She's like,
name?"
well, she wasn't a Susan, so
Yeah. That's
so
too funny.
anyway, I digress.
That's too
So-
funny. So now you own your own brokerage.
I do. So
Okay.
I'm going on my 4th year of owning my own store.
Okay.
Okay,
I mean,
so
company.
you were with Remax for years.
Yes, so a little over 16 years.
Okay,
Okay.
so what happened or what changed with you that you decided, hey, I think I should go out on my own? You know,
I got my broker's license when I was about 24, and I said I
Wow.
will never own my own company.
Ever, right.
right?
will
I say that
never
every
do it.
time. Yeah.
And the only reason I did it was because they were about to change the law where you had to sit for 60
Right,
hours.
it's
Yeah.
to get harder.
Where- yeah, so I was like, I'm just going to go.
I think
Do it
everybody
now.
got their brokers then,
Exactly.
yeah.
And I was like, well, I might teach, which I wouldn't mind teaching. So
Yeah.
I was like, I might teach. And so it would be probably one of the more entertaining classes.
I'd sign up.
Yeah. You know, I might
CE,
do that.
yeah. Well, that'd be fun.
And so we'll do marketing class. or
Yeah.
something. So I woke up. It was in August, and I just there were some things that had gone on a little behind the scenes, and so and I just woke up and I said, you know, I think I'm just going to open up my own company. And I
Yeah.
mean, for years I've been saying I will never open up my own company, and so that was like I don't know, like August 20th. I remember dates.
Yeah.
But nope, you called me on day. You know, I'll remember
Don't argue,
little
right?
details. Yeah, so I was like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. And so I was like, if I do this, I only want to be at the wharf, just because I worked so late,
Yeah.
so I want to be able to walk downstairs,
That makes
go
sense.
out
Get
to
dinner,
eat,
yeah.
get drinks, you know, just see
It's the
people.
perfect spot. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, this is it. So I called up the leasing agent there, and he said, oh, well, we have this one particular office that just became available. I think you would really like it. And so I said, okay, well, I want to come see it. Well, that was like 2 days later. And then, so I'm praying on the way there. I'm like, God, you got to hit me over the head with a sign. I do not do well with subtle hints. It's got to
Yeah.
be a sign. Like, if this is
That you
what
should do
I'm
this.
supposed to do, I need no doubt. I walk up to it, and there's a crown on the door.
That's
Stop it.
freaking insane.
I was like,
I believe
oh,
in
it gives
all
me
that
chills.
stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like literally.
And anytime I've ever said you got to hit me over the head with a sign, I'm like hit over the head
Yeah,
with a sign.
right.
I mean that is
Here's
glaring.
y'all's
sign.
eye.
That is crazy.
Yes, it was Cabinet King, and so
Oh.
now it's a king's crown.
Yeah, but still.
Still a crown.
It was still
royalty.
a crown.
Yeah.
And I took a little picture, like, you know, kneeling down under it, and I was like, this is it. So I said, Jeff, where do I sign? I want to do this.
And that was 4 years ago.
And that was in August, and I got the keys the Friday before Labor Day. And my mom that weekend was like, Gloria, I really think you need to really think about it. It's election year, wah, wah, wah,
Yeah.
being a mother,
Uh-huh.
you know,
Of course.
Yeah,
just
worried.
looking out for the best. She thinks. I went, oh, I've already signed the lease. And she's like, what?
Because that's how you're just a decisive person.
Well, at that moment, I knew that was
Yeah.
it, and I was like, "That's it." And
Yeah.
so, got the keys. And then Sally hit, the
yes,
15th.
it did.
Sally hit, and then I opened up the doors October the 1st.
Okay, so that was 2020 though.
Mhm.
So that was COVID year too.
That was
I
COVID
know.
year.
Yeah, that was a big risk.
It was.
They always say big risk, big reward,
Yeah.
So
And
I think it's
just-
important though, because I feel like so many times people, they let fear or whatever it is,
Of
or someone
course.
talk them out of
Of
it, and they don't
course.
take the leap,
Yeah,
And had you not taken that step and just said, I'm
I
doing
know,
it.
and that's when it just boomed.
Yeah.
right
And
after
Right.
that in October.
Like the best moments of my life are when I step outside my comfort zone. I
Every
always
time.
tell people, like, when you step outside that comfort zone, the best things
Yeah.
come to
That's where
follow.
growth
It
is,
really
you know?
does.
Really.
And I mean, and the thing was, what was nice about Remax was that it built.
Yes.
I was a business inside of
Yes.
a business. I was
Yeah.
already paying for
Yes.
everything. I mean, I was paying to be there. I was running my own shows. So when I decided to go out on my own, I was more afraid of announcing it than I was anything else.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, I said I was already trained pretty much just to do my own thing.
Yeah. And the announcing it, what? Because you're scared clients
So-
wouldn't
well, yeah,
follow
no,
because you
well,
don't have
no, and I
the
already had-
franchise.
Yeah, but I'd already had built my business up
course.
to where it was all repeats, referrals,
Yes.
and two, like when I first started at Remax, Facebook was. I mean, that started
know.
in 05. I mean,
Right.
and now the internet. I mean, really, is just standing out pretty much to get the attention. A lot of people, I feel like, are kind of starting to go to the smaller boutique style deal versus a big.
A lot.
It's
I
just-
remember when I first
yeah.
stepped out, I was like, I lost the franchise name, and I was like, where's this gonna go?
Yeah, and so
But-
I was just more nervous because I don't know, I guess didn't know what people would say.
Of course.
And,
Yeah, but
Yeah.
and,
But I think it's important
um,
because, I tell agents all this all the time,
Yeah.
is that they're buying you. They're not buying the brand.
100%.
So if you're doing what you're supposed to do and you're taking care of your clients and you're treating them like
Yeah,
royalty,
Exactly.
they're going to follow you where you
Well,
go.
yeah, and so-
the brand helps.
Yeah,
it
it
helps
definitely
articulate
does.
you, and they have tools and things,
Yeah.
and but
And I even had some of my friends from the Remax Orange Beach office were like, "Well, Gloria, you've already branded yourself away from like they were like you already
Yes.
made your own
Yeah.
brand." So
That's
it was
true.
so it was kind of
It worked
interesting to
out,
hear
yeah.
from other people, within a Remax industry, maybe
Yeah.
not like the Gulf Shores, but
Yeah,
with
yeah.
it, just say, "Well, you've already created your
Yeah.
own brand."
Yeah.
a
and you
smooth
were kind-
transition.
It was,
Yeah.
and so,
But
but it
the-
was exciting.
the transition from going from a family team
Yeah.
to breaking up.
Well, we had already kind of, I've already kind of spread my own wings, had my own team.
Okay.
And so.
Because you're like, I want to do my own. I don't want to.
Mhm. And so after the oil spill, I went back. My mom went homebound, and I went home. I couldn't work out of the
I
house.
can't work at home.
I want a nap, or I
Yeah.
want to
Yeah,
do
yeah, yeah.
laundry,
Or snack all day, or
Oh,
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to be at the office.
I
I
get it.
have to focus. I have to be at the office.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
just how I'm wired. It amazes me that there's agents that
They
can
don't.
work
I
out of the
know.
house.
I'm
I
way
could-
more productive in the office
So
I
am
am
I.
too.
I am, but then I'm not because when
because
you
they
go-
come and ask you questions.
Literally,
Yeah.
I will get more done at home, but there are more distractions like the laundry. That's
Oh,
always like
yes.
one of my big distractions.
Yeah.
But the questions, which it's fine, I'm there.
Yeah.
But then it's like I'm so much more backlogged at home.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it depends on like
It
you were
depends.
saying. Yep. And I want to take a nap. I'm like, I'm tired.
Really?
I'm just gonna take a nap.
We've earned it.
I need my
right?
beauty sleep. So I just like, nope, I got to get back to the office. And that's kind of when I started kind of doing my thing. I was at the office. My roommate was Ken Crabtree. He called me Primo, short for prima donna. I don't know why. But, like, why would he? I'm going to tell him to watch this. So anyway, but I love Ken. And it was just, and that's when I got my own assistant, got,
Yeah.
another agent.
So there wasn't like a defining moment. It was just growth.
It was
growth
like, yeah,
separated.
and it was just
A
kind of like
natural
I
progression.
gradually spread my wings, and then so I've completely left the nest, and,
Yeah.
Literally.
and now I'm on my own.
Very
Wow.
exciting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it. I really do. I really do love it. I mean, it's fun. It's exciting. I mean, it's obviously a lot more costly.
Yeah.
Of course.
But I feel like it's definitely worth it.
Way more
Yeah.
rewarding.
Yeah.
You know, so that's a hard word.
It's like
to
you're
say.
building your
Rewarding.
business.
Of
You know, you really
course.
are building your business, and then you're helping other agents as well. I mean, y'all are
Exactly.
same boat. so.
We're all all three in the same
Yeah.
boat.
Yeah.
So it's
And your business, I saw the number of agents I was reading. I was telling you earlier, I was reading
Oh, yeah,
your
yeah, yeah, the
article.
Realtor-
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Your dad got you in with
Yeah.
the investments.
it's crazy all these years.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was a good write-up.
195.
It looked
It
really
was.
good,
I
yeah.
didn't read it.
Did you watch it? Oh, it was really good. Yeah.
Yeah,
I saw the picture.
It was you. It was Coleman in that one too. Coleman.
It was
Yeah,
Coleman
you
Grawl.
and Coleman. So I was like, oh,
Okay.
not too bad. These quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'll
Yeah,
have to
it was
read
great.
Yeah. They need to have a Queen edition. Why hadn't he called you?
I don't know. I think you're.
We'll have to send him
Yes,
a message.
exactly.
What's his name?
Yeah.
Orso.
Robert.
Robert.
Or so.
You're on
yes.
blast.
No, really. No
You're
pressure.
on notice.
Exactly.
That is
Roper in
too
charge.
A royal edition.
The
I think
royal
so.
edition. I like that.
I mean, we've got my dog. He's Sir Dewey. He's been knighted. He has his own Rolls
Okay, let's
Royce.
talk about Dewey because I was trying to tell Rachel about Dewey.
He's my child.
Okay, so when I met you, you were dating someone.
His father.
His father.
Yes.
Oh
They have
my
shared
God.
custody.
So you got,
So we have shared custody,
love it.
daily drop
but
off,
you've
10
never.
years.
Have you been married or
I
no?
have not.
Okay.
So we dated for
10
several years. So
Okay.
we've been sharing custody of my dog for 10 years.
Please stop.
I love it.
It's a daily drop off.
Daily?
Daily. Every morning. And then when I'm running behind, he'll have to come and get him.
Yeah.
'cause
You
I'm-
drop a dog off?
Oh, yeah.
You said you
He's
drop a
got the
dog
best
off.
stepmother.
You sounded very New York then.
Oh, he's got the best stepmothers I could have ever asked for. This dog is like a child.
Clearly.
Oh, I think he's got a better life than most.
Wait, so
kids.
the dad lives in Gulf. Wait,
Oh,
where do you
yeah,
live?
so
Gulf
I
Shores?
sold them. So I live in Gulf Shores, and I sold them the lots that they built their house on, and they wanted
Him
to
and
be
his wife.
and his wife, and they wanted to be within a 5-minute radius of me because
This
of
is
Dewey.
I can't.
So
I can't.
now,
Is
and
it-
there are times that Dewey has literally left their house
I
because
can't.
the
Come home.
doggy, like the electric fence, the battery
Yeah.
died, and he's come to my.
You're in the same
house.
subdivision?
Wedgwood. So they're on like the new.
So
section,
you go to work, they work
and I'll
from
drop
home.
him off. No, Dewey has a electric fence, and it's on the. We've got it where it's on the same frequency, same collar. So they have a doggy door, and I open up the screen door and just let them in, and they roam. And at night, I'll text her and the stepmom like, "Hey, I'm on my way."
Stepmom.
and then he'll be out there waiting on me, and I pick him up. I mean, I might see him 2 times a week or so, but Dewey and he has a stepsister dog.
So is this the
and
first
I
time
say-
you've ever heard this? Like anything like this?
I'm shocked
Yeah,
right
right.
now.
Oh, I'm babysitting their dog next.
Does Dewey
week.
sleep? Do they sleep over? Like,
Yeah, she'll stay. Sometimes she'll. Oh no, Dewey's become very high maintenance.
Dewey
now.
does not sleep at the ex's house. Dewey sleeps at
Well,
yours.
he'll stay, but then he'll pace, and now he has to be. I diagnosed him correctly. He has sundowners. Has to take
When the-
melatonin
Yeah.
supplements because he'll pace
Yeah.
and panic.
When the sun goes down.
Yep, he started going mad when the sun went down. We're like, he has sundowners. So he is 15, so he's getting a little onset of dementia.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Well, we just recently lost our dog.
Oh.
She was 14. That was hard.
It
It's so.
is.
That's why
I don't
want
ever
want to
do that again. Gosh,
I mean,
I've
it
never
is-
done
I
that.
know.
Yep.
And so I just held her as they,
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
it was
I
like
don't
she
want
just
this.
went to sleep on me. You know?
Yeah.
It was sweet, but I was just crying like
Oh,
a
I
baby.
bet.
Was
I
Grace
bet.
I have-
with you or just
No, and
you?
I was alone.
You went
She
by
was out of town.
yourself?
I sent the kids to my parents, and then I just went home, and it was like quiet. And I swear, people think I'm cuckoo.
awful.
I hear
No.
her walking around the house still to this
No.
day. I heard her last
Oh.
night. Her little paws click.
She's probably
I know.
there.
She was the best dog. I'll never get a dog like that. Like
No.
I know. That's
Yeah.
why
And then
I'm
you-
one and
you-
done.
Then you don't want to get another.
You
'cause then you'll
don't.
just
I-
compare.
I know, but we have the best vet. Well, I think we have the same vet, Dr. Casey.
Yes.
Yes.
She's
Oh,
awesome.
I love Dr. So I see
love
Dewey
her.
every time I go in there.
Oh my gosh!
Up on the
yes.
bookshelf.
Oh,
Yeah.
how funny! Yep, he is.
So, but
he is hot, mate.
okay, but let me tell you something. Have you ever had to put a dog down?
Oh, this is my only first
my
dog.
Dewey's my first personal dog.
Okay, so they don't close their eyes.
What? We are not going to talk about this.
Yes, we are. I told you there's no. Listen. Okay, so
Wear waterproof mascara.
let me tell you this though. Okay, because all right, they send home. You know,
I'm
they
about
ask
to
you what
tune
box
out.
you want.
I'm about to tune out. I want a marble one.
You could probably get one. I think I mean, if you don't like what they have in the flip section, then you can order one. Is what they
Yeah.
said.
In the
but I got like a
magazine?
little cedar one, and it's pretty, and it came in.
Yeah.
Well, then they called me a couple days later. So like when my parents had dogs and they passed away, they did like a little paw print and like a
Yeah.
like a ceramic thing. So I thought that's what I was getting. So they called. So that's what I was picturing.
get?
I love my vet. So I love y'all. They're the greatest vet.
They
What's the
really
name of the
are.
company?
I'm not going to say it because they might get mad at me because what I'm going to say is I don't know what to do with this stuff, okay? So I got a call and they said, "Hey, we have Layla's prints back and some hair." So they kept hair. Okay, so I didn't go pick it up because it makes me really sad to go there. So they mailed it to me.
Yeah.
When I opened the bag, it's like 4 little vial bottles of hair
Uh-huh.
and then like little like ink prints of like her nose and her paw
Oh,
print.
yeah.
I was like, I'm a basket case. I gotta put this away and
And the
compartmentalize
kids,
it.
were they emotional too?
Yes.
That's what I worry about the
Yeah.
most. with
Ollie
my
wanted
kids.
like a necklace with her. I was like, no, we're not gonna do that. No, we're not gonna do that, baby.
You can take her with Barry
Yeah.
with it.
Nope.
Yeah.
So I don't want to have
But
to do
then
that
you got
ever
the
again.
ashes.
I have the ashes.
Yeah.
And then now I have some hair, but I don't know what to do with it. Like I don't.
Do you have a drawer? I have a drawer of just stuff. from
Okay,
the
we
kids.
do have a shit drawer.
That's
Okay,
where-
but it's
You're not putting that in
No,
the shit
it's like
drawer.
memory.
no, I'm not putting that in the shit drawer.
I thought you were gonna
She's
be
like
"Ah,
in
that
our home
drawer."
office that we no
I know.
longer use because my wife is a teacher, but that when she was working from home, it was in there, and so she's just in a box, and I don't know what to do with it.
The box.
Yeah, the ashes. I don't know what to do with it. Do
it
you
on
put
the
a shrine on the
fireplace.
fireplace?
Yeah, I would probably
I
put
just
it-
don't
yeah,
know.
I
I,
would
think
go-
my kids would be mortified.
Do you have a bookshelf? I could see mine going in the
yeah.
bookshelf.
Yeah.
I don't know, but like the kids, like, oh god, they cried themselves to sleep.
I
Like,
bet they
Oh,
did.
for
That's
like a
the
week,
worst
it was
part.
horrible.
We do have, my mom does have probably, like, I think she has 4 little boxes of the dog's ashes and stuff of like, so they're like in a bookcase type deal.
Okay.
So it's
Well.
almost like she could make a shrine of the past dogs.
Literally.
I mean, literally, we have 3 3 or 4.
No, this is my one and only dog.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I keep looking at pictures of
And
dogs now.
when did she pass?
On my birthday.
Oh, she's still with you.
She is. She was a
she's
good dog.
walking.
She was
Yeah.
adopted.
Oh.
Yeah, so she was like the best. We had her for 14 years. She
14,
was-
and that's
yeah.
a good. That's a long time.
She lasted
is
a long
a
time.
long
But it
time.
became a part where she got diabetic and then she got blind.
At the end, yes,
And then
it's
she was
very
deaf.
hard.
And it was like,
Yeah,
okay,
going to the
am I
bathroom
keeping her for me?
everywhere.
Or
Yes.
it's hard.
Not
Yeah.
living a good life.
Yeah, Dewey can't hear unless you scream, and then when you do, he like looks over
Or
there.
stomp the floor, you know. Yeah, she looks the opposite way.
But
I
he was
like,
ignoring me back before, so
What's
nothing's
new?
really changed.
That is crazy that you transfer your dog every day.
Oh yes, and it is such a win-win. Like he's not at home alone. He's
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
another dog, and they're there. Will works out of the house a good
Oh, okay,
bit.
yeah.
So I mean, he's got it made. I mean,
That's awesome.
oh yeah, if he is alone with like no other dog or no human.
Yeah.
I mean, it might be 1 hour a month. I mean, he's got somebody around
That's
him.
amazing.
Yeah. So, and then he had it. So his 15th birthday, I had a huge party at the office. Y'all
Yes.
can come to his 16th, his sweet 16th. He got a car. He got the little rolls, and then I had over.
Nothing less for the
Yes,
prince,
oh,
right?
yes, for sure. We had probably over 30 people show up
For his birthday
for
party.
his birthday party.
Oh, yeah, that was
I
the
had
day
a-
before I came.
Yes.
Yes.
And I had a charcuterie board. I had
A bark
Is
cooterie.
it? And then
Yes.
everyone brought their dogs too to this
A
birthday
couple
party.
people brought their dogs.
Very
My
interesting.
neighbor brought her small dog. It's funny because I have like one portion is like a chain link in
Yes.
the backyard. And it's funny because they only could see each other through the chain link. So I have a picture of them actually doing
That
nose to
is
nose.
too
It was
funny.
cute. So we had a great time. I mean, it lasted like, I think I started around 11:30, and the last people left at like 6. I mean, it was like an all day
Yeah.
deal. So I guess we'll have a
Do you
parade
hear my
down.
stomach?
Mine
I was like,
started-
wow.
But I'm trying not to
Mine
move
just,
this mic. I got the hold it.
Mine just growled
I ate, but I don't know what's
No,
going on.
I'm just
Like,
really
hello.
thirsty because I ate before I got
Metabolism.
here.
I hope.
Metabolism.
No, I do not hear your stomach. So, what are you? Do you have any goals for your real estate business? Like, what are you?
I do
like,
want
what's?
to hire a couple more. I just hired.
So
a new
how many
agent.
agents do you
it's
have?
4 of us,
Okay.
and then my assistant Katie
Okay.
Wilmot, who's phenomenal.
Has she been with you for a long
Forever.
time?
12 years.
Yeah, very lucky to have that.
Yeah. So when she turned 30, she became princess. I got her a crown.
Oh,
Oh my gosh, she was so excited. I was like, you have earned it.
You're lucky to have that for 12.
Yeah, she's
you know?
awesome. She's great. I mean, she keeps.
And she knows you. That's the best thing is when you get staff that knows you, knows how to work with you.
Well, the funny thing is so at Remax, our office was tiny. And so we were like behind each other. Now we're beside each other. I mean, so she's literally for going on 12 years, like within a 5 foot. I haven't run her off. It's amazing.
I think about that.
I must be a great boss, right?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Because
But
they do
they-
have an expiration date. You know
But
what I mean?
they get to know your personality. And I think genuinely,
yes.
if you're a good person, even if you bring the crazy, and it's real estate. Like, we have good days, we're yelling,
For
we're.
sure. We
Yes.
we really do make a great team. So
It's finding that person that you trust is so key.
She's awesome. She keeps the wheels of the
That's true.
machine
No.
going.
I've
so.
been through quite a bit.
Listen.
Hey, I have the best though right now.
Wait, I do. Wait, I just want to tell a funny because it just happened yesterday. So literally, Jen, who works for me, she's been working with me for years now. Like, people who know me, like, know when I get into like crazy Rachel mode, I got a million good things going on. I just send like texts that you have to decode. So her and my husband always laugh because you have to like decode everything that I'm saying. So yesterday, I'm like in panic mode. I'm like texting this client. I got this agent with a problem. And then I manage rentals on top of it too. So one of my clients texted me something and I was like, oh shit. So I copied and pasted the text message to my assistant and it said, call so-and-so. I didn't give her the address. I didn't give her the client. I gave her zero, like literally, I couldn't stop laughing. I gave her zero information. It was copy and paste, Mark, phone number. She calls. She's like,
Hey, Mark.
and then I read the text. I was like, Jen, I gave you no information. She's like, sometimes it's harder if you do. So I just thought
She deciphered
She's
it.
like, literally, I thought when I called Mark, he would just know who I was. No idea.
That's hilarious.
So then I call Mark, and Mark is like dying. He's like, why is she calling me? And I was like, and I called her. I was like, Jen. She's like, literally, sometimes it's more confusing to ask you questions. I just do what you say.
That's awesome.
And we made it work. We figured it out.
And how long has she been working with you?
So she's been with me now probably 3 years.
3 years. Yeah, that's.
And
still
she has a good temperament. I think that's the thing I know with me is you need someone that like when it's like crazy mode.
Yeah.
I
They
don't.
know.
If someone that is like my husband, like it's just like even
Stable.
like,
Keel,
like
like-
literally, John wakes up every day. He's the same. He goes to bed the same. Human. Jen is the same way.
Yeah, I think.
But
that's
we're different
great.
every day.
And I
Well,
do
that's
not
why we're into real
know.
estate.
Yeah.
That's why we're been in it for so long.
Literally, I'm like, who
You don't
am
know
I
which
waking
one you're
up
gonna
to?
get woken up
I don't
to.
know.
What personality will it be today?
Yeah.
But that's the thing. You have to find people around you that can deal with it and not take a, like,
Yeah.
if I'm
No.
crazy.
Oh, I don't have time for the tears.
But the thing
Like,
is, too, but I'll
God,
announce
I
it.
don't.
I know.
Like, I'm like the nicest, meanest person you know.
I've
You know what I mean?
never-
Like,
Love to work with you.
oh, we would have a good time.
I know. I think
and
we'd
Teal
have
would
too
look
much
really good on
fun.
you. Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
think we would if I was your assistant. or-
No, you don't need to be my sister.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
we would
like
work
re-
well together.
like
we're
real
on a
estate.
podcast working
Yeah.
together. She said, no,
Y'all
we're not going to work good
great.
together.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Y'all obviously do great. I mean, look, y'all. This is the number 5. So
Yes,
there you
yeah.
go.
We have a good time.
Okay,
Yeah.
number 5.
Yeah.
We get each other. We know the personality.
We
Like,
do.
I know when to back up. She knows when to back up.
Yeah.
True.
She knows when to like press
I
and
think
say what's
that's with
going
sales,
on. Yeah.
Just knowing people's person, like
It-
reading people.
But you'd be so surprised. There's a lot of people that don't. They
It's like a
cannot pick up what I'm laying
chameleon
down.
personality.
Yeah.
Like that's what you have to be able to adapt to everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were just talking that in my office. The agents that get like like one was very upset. The buyer was mean to her, and I was like, girlfriend, it's everyone.
I got to where I just like.
You know the
Mm-hmm.
personality
It's not
and how to deal
personal.
with.
Right.
It's not.
It's emotional.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's a very
It's stressful,
emotional
you know?
It is.
action for people.
Yeah.
And then when you're working with sales, I mean, it's unfortunate. Like they're like. I mean, it might not be because they're just needing to sell their investment. I mean, they might be having major life changes,
always say
and
that.
so it's really sad dealing with it. So you just have to sometimes, as stressful as it gets, you just
Mm-hmm.
have to like realize like. If I was probably going through that, I'd probably be a lot worse.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
You know?
and people don't realize, when you're a realtor, you're also a therapist. You're like a doctor. You're,
Oh,
I mean, it's like
yeah.
everything. You
Oh, I
wear many
know.
hats. It's like,
Yeah.
good lord.
Literally, but
Yeah, but it's fun. I mean,
yeah, the highs
Well, I
are
think,
high and the lows are low.
yeah. It's great. You should get in real estate.
If you don't
I'm
want to
over
have a
here
life.
like you'll be getting Botox too because your face is like construed.
Literally,
Right.
I know.
I know.
But this like
All the time,
Yeah,
you're
you
like,
can't go like
what?
this to your clients.
Yeah.
I know.
You know, like
Well, it's like
so
in-
you're like, oh, Oh, yeah.
Like anytime we go somewhere like church or like a play or something, somebody's singing, I'm always like, I'm not doing it because I think they're singing bad. I'm doing it because I'm like nervous if they're going to hit the notes or whatever. And Grace is like digging her fingernails into my
like,
arm. And I'm
stop.
like, sorry. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Or kicking me.
Oh
Yeah.
my
I
God.
can't help it. It's like Captain Obvious. So that helps freeze
Captain
that.
Off.
Yeah.
We were just talking about that. One of my friends went to school, or is good friends with the Captain Obvious from Pensacola. I never even knew that.
Who's
Was
that?
well, she's,
I don't know what that is.
the Captain Obvious.
Uh-uh.
Apparently, is all on these commercials and everything.
Never
she
heard.
said that- yeah, you'll have
From
to look
Pensacola.
It up. It's like hotels.com. Yeah. It's on
Oh, the captain guy.
I know from the
Captain
commercials
Obvious. Okay.
that I know you're talking
You're
about.
talking about the cartoon.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know what
Like
I was just,
the comic deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, possibly.
I
so.
just have heard it before, so I used it.
I just like that analogy.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Nothing original here.
So, have there been times in real estate where you're like, I just want to get out of this industry? Like,
Oh yes, of course.
Yes.
I think that if a realtor ever says, no, there's never been a time they're lying.
lying.
yeah, that's true.
I mean, they are lying. I mean, my eyes twitching. That just shows, like, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, my eyes been on such stress. But, I don't really have a plan B. I mean, I just am like, this
Yeah.
is it.
What else would you do? Yeah, I know. It's like,
I don't know. I mean, open up a clothing store, maybe. But then I'd be like, oh, I really like the people of the.
I know.
I mean, and you deal with good people, you deal with the bad people.
True.
But you know what? I wouldn't appreciate all the nice, good
Of
people if I
course.
didn't have a couple of sour apples.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
It really does.
Yeah.
You have to always say, like, okay, that guy was a jerk, but this person thinks I, like,
I mean,
hung the moon.
exactly. And these people are awesome.
And they appreciate me.
Well, it's funny because when Katie started working with me, I would just make little comments like, oh my gosh, they are so nice. And she'd look at me like, okay. Well, a month later, probably, oh my gosh, they're so nice. Because she started dealing with like just the public, you know? But no, I enjoy it. It's fun.
Yeah.
I mean, it's never the same.
It's
Never.
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 You're
There's
always
never been a same
learning.
day.
Never. I mean,
Always.
really. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I've always loved, I wanted to be a lawyer.
That is
I could see
exactly
that,
no.
yeah.
I studied for the bar
I
because I was
wanted
like,
to do that.
when I was younger, I was like, I can't do this anymore.
But you can argue in real estate, so I kind of get my kicks out of that.
No, but
Yeah.
it's the truth.
Okay, but do you know something funny? All right,
What's that?
so back in 2020, when we had like some controversy
Yeah,
with
there
our
is-
board,
yeah.
right? We had a big meeting down here at the beach. Were you there?
I was there.
Okay, yeah, you sat
Yeah,
by
you
me.
stood
yeah,
up because you said that you didn't realize that the, anyway, state
Yeah, we
reps
won't- we
were
won't-
divided into two.
Yes,
Went
yes.
from 4 to 2.
So, when y'all's side walked in, I had not seen you for a minute,
Uh-huh.
and I think you were a brunette last time I saw you too. At that point,
Maybe not as much of a blonde.
Yes.
but a little
So you
darker
come in
blonde.
and you're like in this like baby blue suit.
How do you remember?
I remember
this?
things. I don't know.
have
I
this
remember
effect
details.
on people,
yes,
Rachel.
yes. So she comes in, and I'm like, they brought an attorney. Who did they? I thought you were an
I had her
attorney.
hair
Then I was
in a
like,
low
who the
ponytail.
hell is that up there? And I was like, I know everybody. I'm like trying to look at who.
love
And I said,
it.
oh my God, that's Gloria Sims. Yeah, I never forget it.
And I
Baby blue
brought it.
suit.
Baby blue suit. Had my hair in a low ponytail.
And a
And you
ponytail.
remember-
pulled
I
back,
have no
yeah.
idea what I
Yeah.
wore that day.
I think you were in black.
Probably.
That's a good guess, right? I have no
That's a
idea.
safe bet.
No idea.
One of the guys, or people on our little deal, our little our personal task
Uh-huh.
force.
Oh, because you were sitting in the front. Were
I
you
was
one of
in
the
the
She was.
front.
That was
Oh,
their
front.
meeting.
Oh, we were there for you.
yeah, the town hall, like town hall meeting deal.
I was their meeting.
And that was
We
our
were
deal.
summoned.
Yes, y'all were. Y'all were summoned. That was my.
But we were on the good side.
Yeah, yes, y'all were. But y'all were summoned. But it was funny because the guy that was the attorney in our group was like, "Oh my gosh, you look like a corporate attorney," and he was like, "You did, you know." and I
No,
was like,
legitimately, I was like, who did they hire? Like,
yeah,
I'm
I
worried.
loved it. Yeah,
Huh. I loved it. You
Yeah.
loved it.
Yeah, I studied at the law school library at Alabama. When
You
I was,
did?
Oh, I loved it. I'd already got my real estate license.
And what kind of law were you? Like family?
I don't know. It wouldn't be anything like that. Kind of like, I don't know. I kind of like to stand up for the people who are, getting taken advantage
Underdog.
of.
Yeah.
The underdog. I've always had a soft spot for that, and I don't like seeing people get taken advantage
I know.
of, and I don't like seeing people try to push their weight around. It gets to me.
Yes.
So anyway, I felt like it was just one of those situations where it just gets the fire.
And she's going to
burning.
research it too. I mean, like,
Oh, yeah.
She's gonna be prepared. So if you're going
Yes.
against this queen, you better be ready.
Oh, yeah.
Because she's gonna have her questions, and you're like, oh damn.
But I
want
already
this,
have
you
the
know?
answers.
Yeah.
So it really is
I
just
like
like,
that.
Yeah.
I mean, I did so much research for that deal. Like my
For when we
file.
were in there in
Yeah,
the town
yeah.
hall.
Yeah. I mean, I had like a file so thick, and I had a couple of them, and I researched so much. I didn't even sell.
So then,
real
why don't
estate.
you do stuff at the association?
She used to.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I used to.
Okay,
I was all
okay.
involved in. Back,
She was on the board at one time, weren't you?
I
Yeah.
was, and I did Women's Council Realtors. I was on the board for a few
Yeah.
years, president for 2 years. I was a state rep few years, and then my business started getting
I know.
busy, and then
Yeah,
I
it's
it gets
hard.
burnt out.
And it's
It's
not that
hard,
I
yeah.
don't want to. I really do. I wouldn't mind getting back into it. I thought about it, but then it was like I just opened up my own company.
I
and
know.
that kind of thing. So
And it's
I
a time
definitely-
commitment. I
It
know.
is a time commitment,
I
and
know.
I don't like overextending myself.
I know.
And then I disappoint people.
Yeah.
Trust me.
I just kind of swoop in when I feel like I need a. Well,
Uh-huh.
people are like, great.
Be reminded who
Here-
she is, right?
Be like, great, here comes Gloria. She's done her research. Like, oh gosh, but no, I do, but that's how I just kind of do things.
That's amazing.
I used to tell my stepfather, I was like, I just think people underestimate me. He calls me Junior, even though I'm not legally a junior,
Right.
but I have 4 names. So I'm named right after my mother. Crump is my dad's last name, my maiden name. And he goes, Junior, that's a good thing because people don't know it's coming. And you can
That is
just
a good
take them
thing.
off. And I was like, yeah, you got a point. But still,
Yeah, right.
you know?
Yeah.
So,
That's amazing. So you also do property management?
no.
Do you? Okay.
Ugh, I'll refer them to you.
No.
Yeah.
Now, you want to talk about not having a life?
That's hard.
I could not.
Especially
So
in the
I just do
condo.
long term.
Yeah, I know.
She does long term and vacation.
But
And I'm
I
like,
could do short.
it's
Yeah.
a glutton for
The
punishment.
short term is harder. I don't
Oh yeah.
manage.
It's
Yeah.
weekly, like
It's
if they're not happy with something in that condo, it's weekly. You're gonna hear it
and
now.
it's the
from
Sundays,
yes.
the Saturdays
Well,
are
if there's a
Trying to find a
battery
cleaner.
or
I
a
know.
light bulb. I mean, and I love the sales part.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm like last night, I didn't leave the office till almost 9:30.
So you're lucky because
So,
it's no
yeah.
husband.
not yet.
Okay.
I'm looking.
But you have, you have more free. Like, if I could-
Well, I laugh. I tell my clients, I was like, y'all are so fortunate to have me. I don't have kids and I don't have a husband.
literally.
And I have a dog, but I share custody.
Like-
And so I was like, you got
Here I
me.
am.
Yeah, here I am.
Do you do a lot of traveling on your
I
free
do try
time?
to travel
Yeah,
some.
I
I
don't blame
haven't as much. I am going to Italy for 15 days in April. So I'll be
That's
gone.
nice.
I'm a little nervous about leaving.
Yeah, but
for
you
so
have
long.
your phone, the email.
Oh, for sure. That's what's so nice about
The
real
industry.
estate.
Yeah, you do it
And
everywhere.
then Katie's licensed, so she can
She'll
help me on
handle
the
it.
show.
Absolutely,
And,
because we all need that
And I've got
time.
agents.
I
Oh,
think that's the
yeah.
thing in this industry too, is always taking that time.
Yes.
And especially for like the newer agents, you get into it, you feel like you got to please everybody, you got to show up every Sunday,
exactly.
and then you get burnt out, and then
Well,
you
and
go
I
through
even
this.
think like new agents feel like they're not worthy of time off, because they're just getting started.
They're trying, yeah.
They're trying to get go, but I'm like everybody needs
Everybody
needs a-
time off.
And that's
Yeah.
what people
Rest.
say. Like, there's so many people that like glorify, and I've said this before too, because it like really bothers me when I think about it. They glorify, I do like 80, 90 hours a week, and they're like, I'm proud of that. And I'm like, no, like
You'll be
that's
burned
not the
out.
goal. It's freedom. It's
Yeah.
like, how can you create more freedom and time for yourself? Because we're only
Yeah.
given this one life.
Exactly.
So taking time for yourself, I
I'm
think,
very
is so
excited.
important.
Yeah.
So where are you going?
Rome, Florence, Tuscany
Okay.
area.
So nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Lucca, Pisa. I'm
Okay,
excited.
I love it. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I'm really
Yeah, I studied
excited.
abroad in Italy.
Really?
So did
Yeah.
I. I think we talked
Oh, did
about
we?
this.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, did
awesome.
we?
Where did you study? Not
I was in
Rome.
Florence.
See, yeah, we did. I was in Rome. You
What
were-
Yeah.
years?
20.
I was 09,
I think it was 24.
I think I was 09. No, you weren't.
I mean,
24.
What year? Yeah, I know. I was like,
That's Dow.
I was like, what? She's flying back over there. After
What's in
this.
that water bottle?
Get me some.
2004.
2004.
Okay, so I was
Okay.
09.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that would have been neat if y'all were there.
Yeah,
at the
but I
same
was like
time.
a block from Duomo, the
Yeah.
dome of Italy. I mean, it was.
That was a
It was
good
awesome.
experience.
Yeah, I
I'm
loved
glad
it.
I did
I
that
do
in
want to go
school.
back,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, we're taking the kids to Rome for their for when they get out of school.
Oh,
We always try to
nice.
do like a big trip, and we've done the RV, we've done all 50 states with them.
Oh, that's amazing.
And
I
I'm
wanna
always
do-
like thinking, I was like, everyone's in good health, God willing, like we're good, just do it. As much as it's
Yeah.
going to be a hard trip,
Yeah.
I'm like, I just want to,
I'm so
It'll be fun.
excited. It's
Yeah.
gonna be fun. I'm going with,
Yeah.
I call 'em my Mississippi family.
Okay.
I've worked real estate sales with them for probably 13 years.
like
and-
your clients.
Yeah, so I'm
That
excited.
is
that is
cool.
fun.
Yeah,
yeah.
so they've invited me, and I'm going, and it's their daughter's best friend, and so I'm like
That is
the
awesome.
oddball out. But hey, I'm
That's okay,
there.
we're
I'm
there,
excited.
Have you
right?
been
I love 'em.
before or no?
I went to Venice back in
Okay.
2019, and but that's the only place in Italy. And
Okay.
I've always wanted to go to the places we're
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I wanted an art history minor.
Yeah.
And my mother goes, "No, you're not doing that. What
I
are you
almost
gonna
had a
do?"
minor in art history.
Yeah, my mom was like, "What are you gonna do? Work in a museum or an art gallery?"
Maybe.
No.
Maybe I'll sell some big ass paintings.
Yeah,
Mom,
she said she and I do paint, and she
Yeah.
goes, "No, you're going to get a real degree. You're not going to do all this." So I switched it to marketing minor. But yeah,
Oh my-
so
See,
she
my
goes,
parents were the opposite. They just wanted me to have a degree, so I
They
did
just get
art.
you
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so art
awesome.
design, yeah.
We'll have to talk about that. But yeah, my major at one point was interior design, and I loved it.
Yeah.
But I became at a crossroads because I had to work through college, and I couldn't do the projects, and then
Yeah.
I couldn't afford to pay for the materials for
Right.
the project unless I worked. So it was. And I got to a crossroads where I was gonna have to do something, so I came down here and.
And what age were you?
I was a junior. This was my first semester of my junior year when
Okay.
I was like kind of freaking out, like, what am I going to do? Because I loved
know.
it. And then I came down here Christmas break, and I helped my mom, and I was like, this is it. I love it. And I switched my major to in the HES because I'd already had so many hours built up. So it's a general studies, which was actually kind of awesome because I learned so much. Well, it was fashion retail at first because my mother had a clothing store.
Yeah.
So I learned so much about multiple different things, and then I got my minor in marketing. But I enrolled in Monday night classes at the Shelton State for community college in Tuscaloosa for real estate. So got my real estate license my junior year, and then it just worked.
Yeah,
out
I was
well.
in college too. You were in college when you got your
No,
license?
I had I always was going to, but then I just got.
Yeah,
just never
I was
did
in college. I think
Yeah.
I was 2004 too.
Yeah, I thought I would like. Oh, I'll just sell real estate on the side and make some money. You know, then I was like,
Yeah.
I don't have time for that up here. You know, like when
Yeah.
we come back down if we're gonna do
Yeah.
something.
No.
You know?
But no, that's funny that you got art degree. But yeah, my mom was like, nah. We're not doing
My parents were like, you
that."
have to have degrees. I was like, well, we're gonna make it fun. you
Yeah, I
know?
know, right? My mom was like, you can study that on your own. You're not doing that. She's like, go buy a book. And,
Go buy a book.
yeah, and you know what? I have so many art books, like, you know,
Oh yeah, yeah.
Michelangelo and
Really?
at my house. Yeah, so I have all these books there. So
Yeah.
I love art. So yeah,
Yeah, well, you're gonna be in for a treat.
I know.
like
I'm
the
just
capital
so
of art, yeah.
excited. I've been wanting to go ever since my sophomore junior year.
That was
So
exciting.
yeah, so it'll be fun. But I do agree, you have to have some time to.
You absolutely do. It's
Yes.
the only way I survive. I always need something to look forward to.
Oh yes.
If I'm on a vacation, I'm booking the next one.
That's smart.
Yeah.
And it's not monthly I don't go, but it's like I know.
something to look forward to.
Yeah, and it's always like it coincides with the kids' break. So they're all for spring break, we go on a cruise. Then they get out of school, and I want to keep them busy because of the electronics nowadays.
Yes.
Like, I want to keep them as busy as
Yeah,
possible.
Yeah.
Because if we're home,
Okay, so let's back up though. You said you've done an RV for all 50 states. Now, when you went to we know you didn't RV to Hawaii, but when
No.
you went to Hawaii, did you rent an RV and like
no.
truck around? No.
No. So the first time I went to Hawaii, we rented a house in Honolulu.
Okay.
And then the second time I went to Hawaii just recently for my 10-year anniversary, we stayed in Maui.
Oh,
And
Which did you like better?
apparently, do you ever watch have you watched The White Lotus on Netflix?
no.
I've watched like a minute of it.
Okay, well, apparently that whole
The music,
show,
I couldn't
I
do
got
it.
really into it. But the whole thing is at the Four Seasons where we stayed too. So then I got
Oh,
into the show
wow.
when I got home.
Well,
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
So fancy.
So,
So
I know.
obviously
Well,
it was
10-year.
before the fire. Y'all went.
So no after. We just got back.
Oh really?
Yeah, we went for.
I
literally-
did see on the news where they're like, "Please come back." You know,
Yes.
Lahaina is where it's still.
Yeah,
Oh, it's so
so
sad though.
yeah.
We
Yeah.
drove
Oh.
there. There was a lot of traffic, and you could see. But they have it like where it's like the streets are barricaded. You can't go down
Yeah.
the street. It's just the owners can
Well,
go.
and Maui really feels like what you think Hawaii should be like.
And that's why. So we went to Honolulu,
Yes.
and they're like, you
It's
don't really
city.
see. You don't really, think it's Hawaii unless you go to
Yeah.
Maui.
Yeah,
so
that's good
I
to
love
know.
Maui.
Yeah.
I loved it.
it was
but yeah.
so freaking nice.
It
I
is.
mean, but real estate follows. So
No.
Well, years ago there was an Exit franchise in Hawaii. There might still be one in Hawaii.
There
I don't
probably
know. There
is,
probably
I would
is.
think.
But the guy who owned that territory was like, I'm having the hardest time keeping agents, like doing sales, because they'd have one sale and they would be set for a year
so
and they wouldn't work
expensive.
anymore.
Oh,
They're selling
my
something for like $13 million.
goodness.
They're like, I
Oh,
don't need to
wow.
work the rest of the year. We've got 400,000 in the bank now.
Literally, I drive
gosh.
around on Zillow.
Yeah,
like
it's
when
crazy.
John's driving, I'm on Zillow to be like,
Yeah.
all right, what is everything? Or it's
It is
crazy.
So hot.
interesting to see.
Crazy.
Yes.
But it's interesting because you hear. I don't know if you. So you're not on TikTok. Do you watch TikTok?
Sometimes.
Okay,
yeah.
so I go down
haven't-
some rabbit holes
yeah.
on TikTok. I think I mentioned this
You know
every
they're
podcast.
banning, like they're trying to ban TikTok. You know.
Okay,
that.
but do you think that's really going to happen?
No.
I don't. They tried to ban it last time, didn't they?
Okay, I don't know.
We'll just jump to
They're
the
just
next
gonna
platform,
name it
whatever it
something
is.
else.
Yeah, we'll just jump to the next one. But sometimes I get
Top
sucked
two.
down like these top TikTok worlds, and now I got sucked into the Hawaii TikTok world.
Never.
And it was like the locals saying how they're priced out of their market. They can't even afford to live there,
it's-
or people are pushing. Like developers are pushing them out.
And
Well,
the
it's kind of
food-
like here.
Well, I know. I'm like, it's happening here. It's like,
Yeah.
I know,
It's
but
a
it's
design.
bad.
It's
there.
bad there,
It's
yeah.
bad. Like I mean,
Yeah.
I don't even think you could buy something for $1 million.
Yeah.
It's so bad, and their
That's
food is
crazy.
so
And the food's
expensive
high
'cause you
'cause
gotta
it's
Just
import it.
living is so expensive.
Yeah.
It
out
is.
there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a huge problem. You know,
Yes.
housing is a
And
huge
that was at
problem.
Maui or just
Yeah.
Hawaii in general?
Hawaii in
Hawaii in
general,
general.
yeah.
Hawaii in general. Yeah.
And I was surprised the first time I went. I didn't see it as much this time. There was a lot of homeless people in Honolulu. I wasn't expecting that.
They're on the leeward side. If you go to the leeward side,
Okay.
because when I went, we just drove like all around. And
Yes.
we went on that side, and it is. I mean, they are
It's-
tent city.
Yeah, that's what.
And it's
That's sad.
years ago.
In paradise,
Oh, no,
you know?
they are loving life. They are on the beach.
Right.
They
Are.
are,
I mean, they're like,
though.
why do we want to leave?
Right,
I mean,
yeah.
they are right there on the beach.
It's so
and
true.
It's just, I mean, they're living on $10 million pieces of property.
the
Yeah.
truth.
Right there.
Right
but
there.
yeah.
And it's beautiful. I mean, it's absolutely breathtaking.
But yeah. That's
So-
crazy. But no, Hawaii's really pretty. But we have our own little paradise.
Oh yeah.
We do.
People ask all the time, do you go to the beach? I'm like, does it look
No.
like I go to the beach?
Like,
No.
never.
Like I am Snow White over
Never.
here.
No.
Never.
I went to the beach
I like to go
yesterday
I don't have
because I
time.
went to Coastal.
Oh my.
I ate
you
lunch
walk
at
out-
Coastal and then I
Did
walked
you
down.
call it- I was
I
gonna say,
walked
put
down the
your-
steps,
Yeah.
but I stayed on the steps because I had shoes on.
I did the
I had my
same
big
when
boy
I was
shoes on, so
there.
I didn't want to get sand all
When
over
I
my feet.
see the beach is when I'm showing property.
That's right.
Or going to coastal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
I don't
always
go and
said-
lay. I never like to lay out anyway. I'm too busy. Like I'm like.
I know.
It stresses me out
Laundry.
to like lay. Yeah. I'm like,
I always said that. I was like, being from New York, I mean, this is ideal. The water's like literally where we are right this second. The ocean's across the street.
Right across the street,
Literally
yeah.
right
Yeah.
across the street. But I was like, I'll go to the beach. I'll take time off. Never. In my
Yeah.
13 years, did I take one day off and go lay at the beach.
no.
know.
Ever.
But I enjoy like a boat day.
I'm a
and
big
the-
boat.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love
Yes.
boats.
More
Yeah.
than the beach. I don't
Yeah,
want to be
me
like
too.
hot
That's-
and
And I don't
sweaty.
want to go to
and-
the islands.
Yes, I wanna go to the islands,
But
yeah.
just and I'll
But, like-
sometimes go walk. In the evenings I'll walk
Yeah.
very rarely. But when I do, I'm like, I should do this more often.
I know. Every
This
time
is
I'm like, this is
so
so pretty. I know.
relaxing.
hmm
And then I just forget about it.
You take it for granted, you know?
Yes.
No,
Yeah,
it
we
is
live in
very
paradise.
nice when you go on a vacation and come back home here because coming back home to New York, it's like everything's brown. It's brown buildings. But you come back here and you're like, oh my God, it's still
Yeah.
beautiful to come home
Yeah.
to.
Especially when the water, like at the pass, is like crystal clear. I'm like,
So
"Ooh,
nice.
Oh, I
get
love
me in that
driving
water.
over
I want
there.
to swim in
Yeah.
that. And I'd love to swim.
in the ocean here.
Yeah. No, well, I don't like swimming in the
I
Gulf. I'm
would-
scared of sharks.
Oh, let me tell you, you can get
Never.
shark bands. Have you heard of those?
No.
Where they like ward them off.
Yes, and you don't get the black because they look like ankle.
Oh.
Like a.
No.
That might be a good.
Monitor, yeah.
I don't know if I'm
But
not
I
going
have
Give some
a-
people to talk about something.
I
you
know, right? I'm like, so I got the white and
You did?
turquoise one. Yeah.
Does it
But
like-
I still
is
got
like
my
a-
legs.
Is it like a magnetic thing? What's it,
It does. It sends, and you don't have to charge or anything. It sends out, and same
out a
with
signal.
stingrays, obviously, but
Yeah.
yes, sends out electromagnetic waves.
Okay,
to
but like
keep
I
the
think back, like when
shakes-
I was young, like I used to surf, and I would go. Like, what
But
was I
there-
thinking?
But like,
I
was
know.
there always the? I mean, I would think
I don't
like
think there's
that
been
rip
as many.
current. Like,
Yeah, there's always.
Oh,
There's always been a rip
throw-
current, but I do feel like it's gotten worse. Do you feel like it's
Like,
gotten worse?
oh,
Is it because they're dredging
yeah,
the sand and we're
I
like now
probably
back
so.
out further? You know
I
what I
think
mean?
so. I think the way they're
I don't
just
know.
messing it up.
It's crazy.
that's
I
the
know.
thing about the tourists that come
No.
here. Like, they need to pay attention.
And they
And
don't.
they
Not-
don't. And
because
they're
you're on
all in the
vacation.
condos. It's
I know.
I
fine.
know.
And I was shown a property several years ago, and you see all the renderings, and you just
Yeah.
don't really notice it. So you kind of like, okay. I was out there looking, and I'm like, what is is up with the water right
And you could see it like
there?"
break and then there and the
And
break.
then I was like, that is a rip current. And that was like the first time I'd truly seen one from, obviously
Yeah.
the air, so to speak. And it was so creepy. And I was like, that is the first time
So
I've
scary.
ever
Yeah.
seen one.
So
I know, and I tell
scary.
people all the time, just because you're on vacation doesn't mean you can't die. Like,
Oh, yeah.
You need to pay attention.
It's like
you know,
swim
like,
parallel to the.
yeah. When I was growing up, my parents were always like, this is not how people really live in the real world. People spend their whole year saving up to
know.
come here where
It's
we
so
live.
true.
So when they get here, they act like fools and they'll be like hanging out in the cars and drunk and driving.
I
and,
know.
Right.
Yeah, my dad's like, this is not
YOLO.
real people. They don't act like this in
Yeah.
the real world.
We
You know?
used to call it Amnesia Bridge.
Uh-huh.
They just come over and forget
Amnesia
that
Bridge
they
is
even,
true.
like,
I know.
yes,
And
they're
the
decent
traffic
movies.
here, oh my god.
And that road
Like
work.
October is the best time of the year.
Yeah.
It is. I've always told
love
people October
October.
is the best because it's still
I know.
warm.
It
All
really
the
is.
tourists
Everyone, it's
places.
quiet. You can get into restaurants. I
Exactly.
mean, we have a unit at the Creep. Never go during spring break. One
Do you
time,
rent it?
Yes.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I mean, we.
I do love
barely
the
use it.
amenities.
I feel like
That's-
most times you like go and you bring the boat and you stay on the boat rather than
We
the
do.
unit.
I
So we'll
love
bring the
it.
boat
Yeah.
from Fairhope, sleep on the
Yeah.
boat in the dock, and won't even go into the
Yeah,
condo.
use the pool
Because
and
I've, boys they like that. It's like we're like camping
Yeah.
out, go use the pool and the amenities.
Mm-hmm.
So
I do love the boating down here.
Oh, yeah.
that I do enjoy.
Well, that's what I loved about like if I look back at COVID, like stay at home time,
Yeah.
like I do miss that. That was fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm social, so I like to be out.
I know, but it was
I
hard
played
after a
so
while.
much
It was
golf.
hard.
It was good in the beginning. I was like, it gave me an excuse.
See,
of
I thought
like-
it was hard because I was super busy in the beginning. Everybody just wanted
Yeah.
to sell their house, and you don't know anything about what COVID was at that time. So I would remember I would like go out, I would list a property, I would come home, and I'd come in the side door in the laundry room, and I'd strip down naked, and then I'd go jump in the shower and scrub my body. I didn't know what I was bringing in the house. I was scared to get somebody sick.
Bacteria,
Yeah, I had no
you
idea.
were like-
I don't think we had any cases here at the time,
Right, yeah.
But then it was like springtime, and everybody in the whole state and all around us, they were like shut down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we were all out on our boats. We were at the beach. And
That
we
was-
were,
We were
you know.
welcome. I mean, remember the mega yachts coming from France? and
Yes.
Italy?
Oh my
We were
God.
Yes, remember
like,
that big
come
one?
on.
Yes.
I remember that.
Yes.
No one in the world would
All
take
their
them,
ports
but
were closed,
Alabama
yeah.
were like open arms.
And
That's
it was a
true.
sight, wasn't it, to
They
see
were
a big old...
so
I forgot
cool.
about
We looked up.
that.
Remember, we went on your boat that time and we were looking up
They
some
were
of
like
them.
massive.
Crazy.
That
Yeah.
was so much fun.
It was fun. But my mother, so I kind of blame her for the whole COVID thing, but her birthday's March 16th. We told her, do not say this again because this is 4 years later. Everything's kind of like repeating
Right.
itself.
God, it's like...
For her birthday, she goes, I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to see anyone. I just want to stay home. And guess what? March 15th, they were like,
She got her
she was
birthday
like,
wish.
oh my gosh, this is my birthday wish come true. I am so
That
excited.
is great.
Da, 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 da. And then she goes, I'll never ask for that again.
Uh-uh.
We're like, don't
No.
you dare.
No.
But
No,
yeah.
I don't
so-
think that all. I think we're safe from that.
Yeah.
I hope so.
It's
God.
the new normal. It's
Yeah.
like the flu
It
now.
is the flu, yeah.
Yeah, you just get it and pass on.
But did
and
you guys
whatever.
get vaccinated?
I did.
I know.
I did not want to.
I didn't
My
either.
mom-
I
I
know.
cried
I know.
during it. She's like, "Is someone forcing you to do this?" And like,
Yeah.
even the other day,
I
on
had to do it for work. People like just my older clients. They were.
but
just
you
so-
didn't know, like,
Yeah.
it was like you see everywhere, like young moms were dying, and
I
it's
know.
like there was no right answer.
Yeah.
But then I saw something on Facebook the other day. Someone's like, there was like one of those quote posts, like something about like getting vaccinated. They're so happy that they didn't, and I'm like, oh my god, what did I do?
Yeah,
Did I
and
just
like
ruin
flu
my
shots.
Too late
I
now.
don't- I mean,
I
I
know,
don't
and I
even
was
get
like-
the flu shot.
I
I
don't
never
get
get the flu
I
shot.
either do.
Okay,
even-
but let me tell you something. The reason I got the COVID vax was because my receptionist got COVID. It like hit our office.
Yeah.
And my receptionist got COVID. She almost died. She was in the hospital. But
Oh.
then my bookkeeper,
good.
blah, blah, my bookkeeper got it. Like it hit our office bad. Like everybody was
Yeah.
really sick. I was like, give me a shot, give me a shot, give me a shot. I want a shot.
Yeah.
Because she almost died. Same with the flu. I had the flu recently. I've never had the flu before.
Was it
So
flu
what?
A or B?
It was B.
Oh.
It was horrible. I was like army crawling to the toilet to
Yeah.
throw
It
up.
is
Oh my
hard.
God.
That was
Awful.
hard.
It was horrible. I'm like, give me the flu shot. I
Yeah.
want it.
I know, but then
I
there's
had
the
a flu
different
shot for-
strands. I've never
I
had
had
one,
flu
and I had
A, and I
So
thought-
did I.
But you know what? I had I had no fever. I had
Okay,
no
I was
chills.
sick.
Oh no, I was like
I was
103,
sick.
104.
Yeah.
I thought that I had. First of all, I thought that I just had sinus infection, and then I was like, no, let me just go check. I don't want it to get worse, or that's like maybe
Yeah.
it might be turning into strep. No, they're like, you have flu A. I'm like, what? No other symptoms other than the back of my throat.
See, I was
hurt.
sick. I had
That's
fever.
nice.
Yeah.
When I get sick, like it's maybe like every other year. like I get sick.
Yeah.
Sick.
And
I
if
had
I get
the
strep,
yeah.
I'm the worst with strep. Even since I was a little
I
kid,
get strep
I get like
a
104.
lot.
I never had strep. So
Oh my God,
But
I'm
when
a
Grace started
It's
at the public
awful.
school system, she said it like 6 times.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I
stop
feel
bringing
it.
it home.
Yeah.
You know, quit licking doorknobs.
I had a strep throat, but I thought I just had an earache. Oh no, I had strep throat. I'm like, my throat wasn't hurting. It was
My
a
ear
weird-
hurts.
So
My
weird.
ear hurts, but my throat doesn't. And I mean,
Like a
I
strep
like
ear.
fought through my ear hurting. I was like, I'm tough. No, I had strep throat probably like a month.
So weird.
Sorry, whoever might have gotten
Right.
it around me. Then it was nuts, but I turned around. Then I went because my throat was hurting. I was like, I know I have strep. No strep, no flu, nothing. They were like, they're like, what's wrong? I mean, I had like body aches. Like I guess it was just allergies.
Yeah.
Really bad.
That's weird.
I know.
So have
that's
you
weird.
felt different from getting the COVID shot though?
I don't think so.
No, well, my eye twitches. I'm just kidding. No, that was.
I'll be like driving home later and be like, shit, it's happening
Like
to
I'm
me.
having a twerk. Yeah, it's like I have a twerk, but no.
A twerk.
Twerk.
My
My
eye's
eye's twerking. But no, I had that. I don't know. That was forever ago. But no, that's my eye twitch. I think it's from stress.
Yeah.
I'm like-
That's what
No
it is.
sleep.
I need to like
though.
Google this eye
That's-
twitching
Don't
and
Google it. Don't
COVID.
Google
Don't
it.
Google
Don't
any.
Google it.
No, it's like the worst.
Except it's like you are gonna die.
Yeah, it's funny.
Mm-hmm.
I did Google Dewey and I got dementia, like him having sundowners and his melatonin supplements. He doesn't even yelp or bark or anything
That's-
when the
yeah.
sun goes down now.
Wow.
I know.
Who knew that was the thing?
I know. No, a lot of people didn't. I was so proud of myself.
There's the research.
And there's my research.
She
Coming
researched
in
it.
Oh, yeah, I researched it all. I did.
That is
I get on a
great.
little talk about rabbit holes. And, Yeah.
Yeah, you can't Google any ailments.
No,
it's
listen, I had
you
to-
have stage 4 cancer, you're dying.
No,
I mean,
it's
really.
horrible. And when
Yeah.
you got anxiety,
I know.
I had to do that Pernuvo scan last year where like you get the whole MRI scan of your body.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did it last year for my 39th birthday.
Oh, wow.
I know. I need to do that. I keep thinking about it.
Were you okay? No.
So I had first you get the report back and it's an app and it goes through like every part of your body. Well, I have a cyst in my brain. So that freaked me out. I was like died.
Yeah.
And then I had a,
Well, if you say or do anything, be like, well, it must be that cyst. I
well,
would blame
it
on
kind of
everything.
explained a lot of things. Like I would get headaches, a little bit of blurred vision.
Yeah.
But apparently a lot of people have cysts in their brain and they just don't know.
Oh.
But
So
there's
what do you
noth-
do with it?
So I'll go back. Like when I got home, I sent it.
They'll
First of all,
measure it.
my cousin in Florida is an ER doctor, so I sent everything to him immediately.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
"What does this mean? Am I dying today?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "No, this is normal. Like you're fine." And then I had to get an MRI, and they're like, "Yes, it's just."
So you'll go in a couple of years, they'll measure
So like
it.
if it's not getting bigger, so they said worst case if it gets bigger and you get all these headaches and you get like really bad blurred vision, they literally can go through your nose and drain it.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay.
it's not, but it looks
not too bad.
scarier.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
just the thought of it.
When you
yeah.
go to see that. So I'm like, all right, at least I'm in the know.
Yeah.
Because then when my eyes get blurry, I don't have my anxiety attack.
Yeah.
I know, but I also go back and forth. Do I want to know?
Yes, you
know
do,
what I mean?
because you're a
Like-
dad of 3. Yes,
Yeah.
you do. It's your responsibility.
Oh, okay.
to know.
So I do want to know. It's my
You
responsibility.
have
yeah.
to know. I mean, if we have
She
the
has
technology,
spoken.
if you
Yeah.
have
She has
this,
spoken.
I mean, my husband go through it, and his was
Yeah.
better than mine, and I was like, for sure they'll find something.
Yeah, it's you.
You're like,
No.
no?
No.
I'm like,
I think
oh,
that's
what
a
did they
good
find?
idea.
I know it should be available for everybody. You catch things so much sooner.
Do they have anything closer than
No, Boca was the closest one.
Oh,
It's like
Boca Raton?
yeah, it's in like major cities, so like
Yeah.
Boca, LA. They have it in New
What do they
York,
have in
maybe
New
Texas.
Orleans?
I didn't
I'm
see
not
one.
going to New Orleans right now.
I would love to go there.
Oof.
I know.
No,
Get
it's
the
bad.
test done
No.
before.
And get out. Get out before the sun goes down.
No,
yeah.
yeah, no. I went for New Year's. It wasn't too bad.
Hell no.
No, last time we went,
I
it
brought
was so much
family
fun.
there,
Yeah.
and I was just.
I love the restaurants.
I do too.
I mean,
I love New
so
Orleans, but
good.
Latoya the Destroyer, man, she is killing New Orleans.
Yeah.
That mayor. Yeah.
That's so
I just
good.
got controversial. Up, sorry.
No, it's fine.
Wait, and I'm
lied.
giving him a look too, and he's
Yeah.
not
I can't
picking
see
up,
her.
but I can feel it. I was like,
I don't care.
we
I'm
are
tagging
neutral.
her.
Latoya the Destroyer
No,
of New
we're
Orleans.
neutral. We like everybody.
No, I don't like her. I don't like her. She's a thug. I don't like her.
I'm tagging her.
Did you see Gloria's face just then?
Even Gage's
God.
face is like, stop talking.
This is the content he lives for.
This is the first time he perked up and listened today.
But true, they have like the highest number of murders in the world right now.
Listen, I'm
New
gonna.
Oh,
Orleans.
really?
Yeah, because there's like no police, there's high crime, there's
Glad I didn't
carjackings.
look at that before I left.
It,
I know.
no, so I have cousins that are from Israel. They live in California now, but born and raised Israel. So they came to visit us for Thanksgiving. They've never done like a, American Thanksgiving. So they came and they're like, we want to go to New Orleans. And I'm like, all right, fine, we'll go with you for the weekend. So we go with them for the weekend. Then my husband takes my cousin out while me and, his wife were home with the kids. So he could really experience New Orleans.
Yeah.
John texts me. He's like, there's gunshots. I have my Israeli cousin with him. Like Israel. Like that's
Yeah.
what he's used.
I
And
was
then
about to say, he's probably sitting back like, I didn't think I
And
would
He probably didn't even
I'm
duck,
like-
right?
Yeah, no, right?
I'm like, John,
He's like, home
never.
sweet home.
Yeah. So like they thought it was funny, but I'm like, we were on a group chat. I was like,
Yeah.
you need to get back here because it
Yeah.
just didn't feel
Were
safe.
they on Bourbon?
Yes, but it just doesn't feel safe.
Okay, bourbon
Yeah.
is so dirty, but it's so
It's
fun.
It is fun.
I
I do
see
have a
it.
good time every time I go.
I don't like a lot
I
of
just
people.
love the rush.
Like, I
Did you
just-
go? Did you go with us when we took that trip that time to New Orleans?
No.
We rented this house in is it Maringy? It's near there.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So we rented. It was
Across
like
the river?
no. It's like right there. It's like literally 5 minutes from
Oh.
everything.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was an old warehouse.
Oh.
And when you open the door, it was like this fabulous like loft, and it had like 10 bedrooms and
neat.
10 bathrooms and a big.
Yeah.
We did a leadership conference there one year with the board.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, with the Dave Ramsey thing. It was during COVID, so we had to do it over the TV. We
Yeah.
couldn't be there. Had a pool. I mean, it was like,
That's awesome.
yeah. I don't know if I'd do that again though right now, but
I have no
I do love
interest.
New Orleans,
I
and I
did
just
take
want
the
to see
kids
the
to
best for it because it's a cool city.
Oh,
yeah,
no, for sure.
The aquarium I did with the kids. That was.
Yeah.
But no,
Yeah.
it's not one of my.
No.
But if I have people, like one of my friends coming from New York, they want to go to New Orleans.
They all
So
do,
I'm
yeah.
like,
It's
you
just
But the
like us
food
wanting to
is
go to
good.
New
The
York.
food
The
is
food is
good.
good.
Yeah, the food's
It's like
great.
one of those places you do have to like go and experience,
Yeah.
but it's not like a destination for.
Yes. It's like everybody wanting to go to see New York. Are you from New York City?
Yeah, no, like 45 minutes north of the
Okay.
city. So
Yeah.
yeah, also no desire.
Yeah.
But it's good to experience.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we would go like every trip, but now when we go there, we don't go to the city.
Yeah, we would just want to go to see the shows, like 'cause
And I
Grace is a
love
theater.
Broadway.
Yeah.
Like I love
Yeah.
Broadway. I used
I have
to
a
love
client
so
right
much.
now that she had a penthouse right on Broadway, and she's like, I've seen every show like 3
So nice.
times.
See,
yeah.
that would be neat.
Yeah. I
That
think that's a cool
love.
experience,
Like I do.
yeah.
That's what my sisters always laugh. They're like, people don't know this about you, but you love musicals, and they would think that they would think that's so weird with your personality.
Yes.
But
It
I
doesn't
do.
seem like it
I
fits.
know it doesn't, and I love them.
Okay, what's your favorite musical then?
So like
Let's unpack
Newsies,
it.
like I love the
Oh.
Newsies.
Did you
Yeah.
see Newsies when they did it down here?
So yes, not here.
Oh, yeah,
no,
Grace
I
did it.
know you're.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I have
no.
a friend's daughter was in that.
Who?
Last name's Wildebrandt. Do you?
I mean, I say who like I know these children. I don't. My wife knows them, but
Over in was it over in?
no, they did.
Fairhope?
They did have one in Fairhope, but
Oh,
they
that's the
did
one
it here
she
at
was
Orange
in.
Beach. Yeah.
Yeah, I always
Yeah.
that was like my
They're doing
favorite
Mean Girls
movie.
next.
Oh, I
Anytime.
want to go to that.
Mhm.
I like that.
Yeah, that was my favorite.
So what was
movie.
so that was your favorite
So
one?
the Newsies I really liked. What else did I really like?
I feel like this microphone's like a cup of coffee from like Starbucks that
I'm
you're
not a
holding.
fan. Fucking. Oh. And there she is.
Let the real Rachel
It's the real
out.
us. It's the real us.
I will
The other day,
not.
my mom was like, "You have been hanging out with Rachel too much. You have said fuck 3 times in this
It's so
conversation."
bad.
I'm like, okay.
Oh, I love
Whoops.
your mother,
Oh yeah.
Tony. I love
Yeah.
her. She's awesome. You have great parents.
I do.
He really
I
does.
do.
Yes.
But she will read somebody like real quick.
She cracks me
You better
up.
back up.
I
She's
will
business.
not. Oh my gosh, I was laughing. I'm not gonna say anything that would she'd be like Gloria, but there was I walked up and went, I want to know who you're talking about. Like it was so funny. She was discussing something at the board, and I was up there, and I just was like, And so afterwards, I walked up. I was like, I just want to hear who you're talking about.
That
I
is
want to
great.
know. So
No, he really has great.
Well, we have
voice.
to be careful because so my dad is friends with everyone. Everyone
Yes.
loves my dad. People tell me all the time, "Oh, your dad's my best friend." My dad's like, "I don't know who that was." You know? But he was like, "Hi, how you doing?"
That's how we
no
talk.
one
How
would
you-
ever know.
No, you never know.
Yeah,
And they'd be like,
great.
"I don't know who that was." You know?
Yeah, well,
And then my mom is a high D like me. We're both high Ds. So my dad's like, I'm stuck between 2 bitches. You got your mom busting in my ear. You got you busting in my ear.
I
You
love
know?
it. Is he an I?
He's a high I.
Yeah, I did the.
I'm a DI. I tell people I'm a dick. I'm a DIC.
Gosh.
I told you there was no formality here.
I'm high, and then I'm D,
Uh huh.
and then it's like the
S
S
and
and
C.
C's.
I know,
and
I'm
like,
zero
and
S.
Katie was like high S and C. So it was like
It's opposite. So you know they
Yes.
try.
Yeah,
Yeah, just like what
absolutely.
we talked about before. Like my
Yes.
wife is a S. I think she's a SC blend, maybe, or an SI. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, she's a SC.
But it works.
Yeah, but it works because I'm a high D, and yeah.
I'm a high.
You done with that conversation? It seemed like it works. We're
are
moving
you?
on.
What are you?
I don't
Rachel?
care about disc.
Do you know what you are?
I would think a D.
Yeah, a total D.
Yeah.
Total. I'd say a B.
I've taken it before, but I don't retain that kind of stuff.
Oh,
I
that's
am aware.
hilarious.
You're probably like a DI blend.
That's what I would think.
And you probably have C, like me, and you probably have no sympathy. Like,
I mean,
I mean, you probably have more sympathy than me. Actually, you probably have. I'll take that back. You probably have a lot of sympathy.
I have sympathy.
That's not what the S stands for.
What's it stand for?
It's like
Sympathetic, isn't it?
no, it's like
Dominant,
steady.
inspiring,
It's-
sympathetic.
I know
It's
one of them I was
compliant.
nothing. One of them I was high. I always just say I'm
I'm
an
nothing
A-type
on an S.
personality.
I'm
So
A-type.
A's and D's are the same.
Compliant is
Yeah.
the C, and S is
Cautious. What I thought was the
I'm
C.
not.
No,
Am
we're
I
talking about the
cautious?
D.
I don't know my acronyms then apparently.
You
What is
just
D?
said
Dominant?
dominant.
Yes, I knew that.
And
I'm
then
dominant.
I is
I'm definitely
influencer.
dominant.
Yeah, and then the S, I think it's like steadiness or something. I don't know. Anyway, that's down there.
Yeah, I ain't
and then
gonna have that.
compliant is the C.
But see, like your C is like your accountants or your bookkeeper,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yes.
People who like label makers, you know.
Yes. And then I is like a lot of times they like for people like brokers.
Look at me.
And stuff, and politicians
Yes.
and stuff, and so
Yeah.
and then the D was like next tie.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I haven't taken one of those tests in a long time.
I loved it.
They're fun. I like those.
I
concepts.
like
What's
to
wrong?
know.
Yeah, I don't mind.
I like to know.
No,
what's
I don't
wrong
like.
with me.
I'm not holding the mic ever again.
I know, you keep giving me stank
because
face.
listen, I like to drink water. I have one hand. My phone's going off. I have one hand. I gotta move. I have one hand.
Well, I had to like lay
Well,
back
I
and hold it
appreciate
last
you
time.
giving me
Yes.
your mind.
Yeah, that was the topic of the conversation. Are we gonna let her hold it, or are we gonna let her have my?
Yes. Well, I now know who's going to be holding it next
No,
time.
we're
Y'all
gonna
all
get-
guess. It's
Oh,
gonna
No, we're getting
we're gonna
another
get a
table
stand.
and a stand.
be- Yes.
Rachel's already
Uh-huh.
ordered it while she's sitting here.
feel
No,
better
she just
tonight.
went on Amazon.
Yes, uh-huh.
Yeah, be here tomorrow.
Yep.
Talker with my hands, and I feel very limited today.
Yeah, and you're like,
And I don't want to move it too much because I'm trying to,
Mm-hmm.
it's not going to pick up good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're both looking like, yeah.
Yeah. As we
As
enjoy.
we don't have to do
We
it.
enjoy ourselves.
exactly.
Look at us.
Yeah. Like, we don't feel your pain.
Not at all.
Like,
Rest
That's
of my
funny. Okay,
arm
so
here.
let's circle back because we're all over the place.
Yeah.
So, Gloria,
yes.
queen of real estate, what is some advice? Because we kind of always segue back to real estate. What would you advise, like someone upcoming into the business? What would you advise someone who's been seasoned in the business, maybe having a lull right now because the market's kind of tough right now?
Yep.
It
You know,
is
you're
real
having
tough.
to really
Work. Back to the basics, as
Yeah.
I
Back to the
call
basics.
it.
I think that that's a good way to put it. I mean, you're going to end up doing things that you might not like to do. You know, reach and two, like people who have anxiety. Sometimes I have anxiety.
Yeah.
And I get nervous, you know, calling people I hadn't talked to in a while because
Yeah.
I'm thinking, and I'm an overthinker.
Me
Well, they say
too.
that's also a sign of genius. So I'm just going
Oh,
to.
I'll take it too.
She's saying all the
I'm going to
things we
take
like.
that. So, I was like, it must be when I read that. But I do think that, you know, just you have to kind of get. Well, first of all, I'll go back to new people. You got to actually care about people. If you're thinking about getting into real estate, people that think, oh, I'm just gonna look at property and sell houses and make money. Like people who are money oriented too much and not people oriented, I don't think will do well. And they might, but they're just not.
They're going to run into many issues if they do.
are, and
If
they're
you're
not
driven
gonna-
by the money.
Exactly. If you're driven by the money, it's gonna show.
A
Yeah.
100 million
smell
percent.
it, yeah.
I literally
Exactly.
tell agents when we do like an elite orientation, I will say it in every single one. If you are sitting in this room today because you're here to make money, this is not the room
This
for
is
you.
not
Right.
If you're
yes.
driven by money and you don't put the clients first, elite is not where you need to be. And they look at
Exactly.
me and I could see they're like, oh.
And those are the people that you're like, I'm
And
gonna
you
be
know,
watching me.
but you know those agents too. Even doing a deal
Yeah.
with them, everything's harder.
Yeah, like you have got to truly enjoy
Yes.
people, and you've got to truly want to help them.
Absolutely.
And then there's going to be times where you don't get. I call it volunteer work.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
Many
then-
hours of volunteer work.
Many.
Yes.
Well, that's what people don't realize. You know, we don't get paid until the property closes.
Exactly.
You
And
know?
sometimes they don't.
And that's
for
why I'm
numerous
like, you know,
reasons.
I wouldn't mind that hourly where we bill by
Clock-
the hour. You know,
I mean,
Oh,
clock
like an
in,
attorney?
or
no, I
like
don't want to clock in, clock out. I don't
clock
want to
in,
do that.
clock- well,
But
but
it'd be like if we did it by attorney.
like attorney, it's like we bill by the
And
hour.
let me
You
tell you
know?
something. They'll want to go right back to like a
commission.
flat fee.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, not flat fee, but a commission rate
Yeah.
and stuff. And when it closes, so for the new people, I'll just be like, just be prepared. But if you're
Yeah.
looking for just like, oh, this will be easy money, it's not. It
never is, yeah.
Not.
it's not at all.
It's very stressful. And then, like you were saying, like people who are struggling or been in the business, you know, we go through lulls. It's a roller coaster right now.
Yep.
It's kind of like we're coming up a little bit, and
You feel spring. You know, it's right
yeah,
around the
it's
corner.
like, yep. And so it is like getting back to the basics. And mine personally is just don't overthink. Call them.
Absolutely.
Because I'm thinking, oh, they're gonna like be mad I hadn't called, or they're gonna be like, why is she calling me? And
No.
And Katie, I'll hang up, and I'll say, oh my gosh, they were so excited
Yeah.
to hear
Yes.
from me. And Katie was like, duh.
Yeah.
Of course,
Of
they want
course.
to talk to
Yeah.
you. They like, stuff like that. I'll just.
I think we like really overthink it,
anxiety.
like you said.
Very much so.
But I think we always think like, oh, they think we're just
And then
trying to
it's-
sell them something.
Exactly,
You know?
and that's the thing. Is like sometimes I just really
Wanna
want to
talk to
say,
you.
hey,
And how
yeah.
because you go on these like journeys with people, like you're with them, like it could be like 6
no.
months to a
Yeah.
year.
and
Sometimes
it's
you go through life,
kind of sad.
and
I
then you
know.
have closing, and then they go on with their life. They're moving into their house.
And you
They don't.
almost like lose a friend.
It's the truth. Like
and
you,
you're like, well, I kind of signed up for
I
this,
know.
but you do. They like. And
I
I'm-
know.
But you try to keep in
Yeah,
contact.
you
and
do,
keep,
but, you know, it's
but it's
just
not
ki-
the same. Yeah.
I know. I tell people we're about to be best friends. We're gonna talk like every day.
Every day.
And then that's like kind of sad when like
It's over.
closed.
But
you
that's
know,
why I like
it
social
is-
media though too with that because I could see like they
Oh.
have another child, they
I
have
Yeah.
this
love
go. Like I
true.
like to
social
keep up
media.
with them on there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No.
But you know, it's always funny too, like, because I don't represent a lot of buyers. I do a lot more seller side, you know. It's always funny to see, you know, when you have an agent that's working with the buyers, they're like, hey, we love you. They're best friends. You know, they're
Yeah.
loving each other. And then you and the seller are like, you good? Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the number's cool. All right.
It's
Yeah.
It's a totally different
It's
experience.
so different, you know.
It is.
Because they're riding in your car and you're learning about the kids and the
Yeah,
family.
it's a
and
different
they're-
experience.
yeah.
There's a lot more, emotions on that side of things.
Yeah.
So yeah, but no, I do. I love. I like working with buyers just as much.
Is that what
I-
you're
I like
driven?
buyers, yeah.
I
Buyers,
do
you-
both.
Okay.
I do both. I just but it's fun. Just I get ideas, but I like to see what buyers are looking for, what they're saying.
Yes.
When I do go to list the property, I'm like, oh, they're gonna pick up on that, or they, I'll just know like what their
Yeah.
mindsets are and like what they're thinking and comparing it to other properties, and I think it kind of helps me in that sense with my sellers. But I do enjoy getting out. Like I said, that's when I see the beach. Just wanna
That's
chill
right,
and
yeah.
shop. And I always laugh. I'm like, if the realtor's taking a picture of the view, it's a good view.
I
Oh,
know.
yeah.
I know.
'Cause I'm on the
I
beach
did that the
always.
other day.
They're
at the
inside
beach.
waiting to leave. and
No
I'm like,
shame.
know.
No shame. And I'm
No,
like, oh,
I
hold on.
didn't.
I'm going to take a picture real
I mean,
quick. You know?
if the realtor's sitting there
I
taking a
know.
picture of the view, you're like, this is a good view.
I
Yes.
know.
I just got so Rachel knows, but we just got a really big, awesome listing over on the water, and so on the third floor, I was like, they were like giving us the tour, and I was like, I'm sorry, I don't hear what you're. I gotta hold on one second. I gotta, I'm no shame. Let me take a picture of this view because I don't know if I'm gonna see it again. Are you gonna hire me or not? But they do.
They
They're
did.
probably like, wow, they love my property.
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. So yeah, if a realtor's taking a picture of it, it's a good.
Oh, it's
view.
a good view. It's like, yep.
I know.
So.
And I can't wait for the
And
summer
when
sunsets.
I'm really taking a selfie, because I rarely take selfies. I really do.
Really?
I don't like selfies.
This
Yeah.
is the
I feel like
selfie queen. So you're the queen of real estate. She's the queen of selfie. Everywhere we go, she's like,
Oh no! I'm like,
Well,
oh my
I check
gosh.
in. I check in.
I'll sit there and go, oh my gosh, look at that. That's a terrible photo, terrible angle. So, but yes, so if I'm taking a selfie with a view, you're like, all right,
That's
is
a good
it.
view.
Y'all need back.
money shot.
Yeah, exactly. I'm the added bonus.
That's right.
That is great.
Yeah, so.
That's funny. Rachel will give you tips next time how to take
I
a good
know.
selfie.
I know. I need to,
Literally
like, figure-
everywhere we go. Like, I mean, I
Yeah,
turn
but
around, like,
sometimes I'm just looking to be like, what? Do I my mascara's off? Is
I know.
my
I think I'll
check
look
in
good
my-
in the
you quit
mirror.
lying. Let's see how many selfies you have.
I
Pull
mean,
up your
there's
camera.
probably a lot.
Oh my gosh.
I bet there's probably 2,000.
That
don't
is so
think there's-
funny.
I bet there.
I
Okay,
think-
look it up
wait,
because
I
there is a
think you
selfie
can.
album.
There's a
Mhm.
selfie.
I swear to God, I bet it's
We'll
2,000.
compare our selfies.
We travel a lot together with NAR, you know, so everywhere we go to lunch or
yeah.
whatever, you know, every time we go to a
Yeah, I
restaurant.
get distracted when I look at this.
That
stuff.
She's like pulling
so
her hair
funny.
down and, you know.
I love it.
Where's
Yeah.
the selfie one? Oh.
Oh, you gotta
Wait,
scroll
how
down.
many?
I said 2,000.
1,539.
I was not far off.
But
You round up, right?
Go to the deleted files.
Yes.
Just kidding. The ones that aren't good.
But I also have 17,588 pictures.
Oh, you know what?
So that's
I had
like
36,000.
10%. Not-
I wanna see how many I have.
36,000
How
photos.
much?
36,000
See,
photos.
Ooh, I got you both
and
beat.
do you know what's
But then you have higher storage.
I have
because
42,000 pictures and 2,200.
I have to
Yeah, I
delete
have
stuff
the most
all
storage.
the time.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Well, your text message, my text
I
messages
know.
are the most because I don't.
Oh,
delete.
yeah.
But you can't.
I don't
I
delete
can't
any of
delete them because you can do
No.
it like after a year, and you're like, no, you can't.
Well,
Not
now
register. You gotta
it's
keep them
because
all.
the photos
Yeah.
that are in them and
Yeah.
stuff of that nature.
And I have
costs them.
videos and stuff, but it's so frustrating.
Okay, so your personality, what kind of person are you? Do you have to have 0 notifications on your email and your texts every day? Or do you have a lot of unread
Oh no!
notifications?
So
Oh.
I
Hate
have.
that.
What kind of person is Gloria Sims?
Everything has to be at 0.
I have
Like right now, this sucks.
15. I have 15 unread texts, which probably 10
Happened here.
are there's a
Showing
couple
time,
here.
yeah.
Showing time.
Uh-huh.
Golly, those people are relentless.
I know.
If you don't
Okay,
accidentally,
but you got to go and turn
no,
it off.
I did. But
That's
there's
horrible.
a drop down box.
Mhm.
I didn't know the drop
Yes.
down
For
box.
what?
I found it quick.
What was
The
it?
showing
For the
time.
call service. They will
Oh.
call you,
They
call
have
you,
no
call you.
anxiety on calls.
No, I'll do this. I'll like answer the boop. I go.
Yes.
Answer boop.
I was like, I thought
I'm like, I just got the notification. Can you give me a second to call the
They're-
seller?
they're on
Golly.
it. And then my emails, I do have 1,048 emails, but a lot of them are junk.
So she's good. She keeps up with her stuff.
I do. I keep up
Yeah.
for
Like
myself
right now,
and
this
stuff.
is killing me when you look down at this phone.
But those 1,048, I know 700 are in my personal email, and they're
Mm-hmm.
like, you know, Nordstrom, Marcus, that kind of
Well, I keep
stuff.
getting those ads, and I need to take them
So
out.
what I did, oh my god, my downtime in Maui, I unsubscribed to so much stuff. I just started unsubscribing.
Okay, but I do
Yes,
too, but then
I'll
they
do
come
that.
back.
I know, but it's very tricky when you unsubscribe, and then it takes you to this next thing, and you got to pay attention.
Can't just click the button and that's
So
it.
I was like, because all this you wake up, and you have like 60 emails.
Yeah.
You're like,
Oh, yeah.
I
And you got
really,
to filter through the junk to find.
I
like,
really
something
try to
good. Yeah.
unsubscribe to as much as I can.
See, my emails don't delete themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'll delete it, but they won't purge. Like,
Yeah.
I was looking for one of my closings with Tracy Newbie with
Yeah,
Anchor.
yeah.
Well, I'm looking for her emails. So I just like Google them. Oh, 2014 email came up
Yep.
with her
Yeah.
from a whole nother real
Yeah.
I know.
title company.
I know.
I was like, well, I know she's been doing this for at least
Yep.
10 years
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
So
Well, so like we always talk because I have a ton. I don't.
But
I
he
mean,
doesn't clear them out. Like
I don't
I'm
clear them
like,
out. I don't.
I
So I
don't-
have 350 unread texts right now.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
oh, that's
But, like,
just me.
But I don't know what
I'm
to.
looking at you like,
like
Well,
it's,
you're just gonna say 350 unread
No.
no,
emails.
no, that's 52,000 unread emails.
52,000.
I know.
But what's the thought
Oh,
process
my
of
God.
So
like,
the email, I need to abandon it and get a new one. I
I
think.
was just gonna say that's
I
what
know.
you do. That's like
I need to
when
purge. So I did try one
you need
time to
go
consciously purge it.
Deserted island and
Yes.
just delete.
Mhm. Well, I
She went
tried
to
and I
Maui,
created
she
like
go somewhere
Yeah.
no distraction.
I created these folders. Like I had my assistant go into my Gmail and like set up folders. And if it was for the school, it'd go to the school folder. And then, then I was like not getting in the emails. So I was like, did you
because
see
they're
that?
all going to
Yeah, they went to the school folder. Well, I didn't check the
folders.
school folder. But then I said anything that
Yeah.
has a unsubscribe button, that it would be put in the trash. Well, guess what? Like every email, even from realtors,
Oh,
have
yeah, I have an
unsubscribe.
unsubscribe at the
So then I was
top.
like missing contracts and
Oh,
all. You know, so I was
yeah.
like, just put it all back. You know, so
you just need to
I need
sit
to.
there.
I need to start over.
Well, you know what you need to do? You need to say, okay, when I get down to 10,000 emails, I'm going to buy myself something.
Oh, a
You
good
know?
incentive.
Like a huge
That's a good
incentive.
incentive. Yeah.
Yeah, or I'm
okay,
gonna
but
go on a
I will
trip.
say there is something wrong with my phone because when I have gone through and done all the texts, I always say texts. I don't know why I want to say
think it's
texts.
user error.
No. I've like read them all and I've clicked them all because it's like a party favor. Like when I go, my friends all take my phone and they start clicking all the unread text. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of them are showing time. There's a ton of
Oh,
showing
yes,
time.
the
Go
Showtime's
swipe to the left
crazy.
and delete. Swipe to the left and delete.
But I like to have it like if
You
I.
can just
No,
go to
you don't
select
need it.
select message and you go
Yeah,
down the things.
delete
You don't have
them.
to individually do it.
Yeah, I know, but see, I don't want to do that either because if I actually delete the wrong one.
You could go into showing time and you could see the history. Of
Okay,
your
let's
showings.
move past showing time.
All
okay,
right.
but they've
Showing
done
time's
all of them, but
relentless.
it will still say there's like 100 unread, but there's none here. So.
Okay, so
There-
do you have do you have a Mac computer?
Yes.
Do they download on your
Yes,
Mac?
so it's
Okay,
on
that's
my
why.
Mac. Okay, you're so
I
smart.
had I am actually kind of techie. You'd be
Okay.
Oh.
surprised.
I didn't know that.
I know. I don't tell a lot of people because then they'll have me do stuff. And then that's the trick. You just act dumb, and they're like, "Oh, moving on."
Yep.
Maybe that's why they underestimate me. It's my self-inflicted problem. But yeah, so that's how I figured it out. It was on my computer text messages.
Okay.
And
I
that's
didn't
how
even think about
and then
that.
you can right-click, and a lot of them will show where they're the unread.
Okay.
So yeah,
That's
I need
good
to
to
do
know.
that. Yeah.
now you can go through.
But, you know, they give me a hard time, especially at the board. But they'll be like, where's this document? We didn't do this. And I can like pull up my emails from 2014 or 2013.
I'm
Where I was like,
telling you,
I remember
I
that
can pull
conversation. And then there it is. Boop, boop. Here's the form we used.
Yeah,
Use that.
I can pull stuff from
yeah.
there.
I mean, there's like.
So I'm scared
oh,
to
yeah.
delete them, you know?
No, that's what I'm saying. I might delete the
The junk.
Yeah, but I don't have my emails like just don't delete themselves. So
Do they archive or something?
I guess so.
Oh. You
I
got a
don't
setting
know.
I bet you could change.
I have, but I kind of like it. I'm like, what? You thought you told me that on such and such day?
Mhm,
Like
pull
I'll
it
be
back
like,
up.
The
I'm gonna be like a
receipts.
witness in a court
They'd be like,
case.
no,
I'll
you
be
didn't. You're like,
oh,
yes,
yeah.
I did. Bloop,
Nope.
bloop.
That's
Yep,
why I
I've
keep
got it.
everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
Keep everything.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's funny. So, what about you? What kind of person are you with the unreads?
I like it at 0. Everything at
Yeah.
0. It drives me crazy because when we're done here, this is gonna be like backlogged, and that drives me crazy.
See, I feel like that would make me manic. You know, like I feel like
Yeah,
that
but
would
if
give
you're
me
on
more
top of
anxiety.
it, like
It
I'm
does
on
make
top
me
of
feel
it.
better. It's like laundry at home.
yeah, like it's
that's
just
true.
a task. I gotta get
It's
to
like,
0.
But see, my problem is that like, I guess this is where the I personality comes in. Is
Yeah.
that I will see it, I will respond to that person in my head. I won't physically respond to them, and
Yeah.
then something happens and squirrel, and I move on. You know what I mean? Like,
Or like I'll do it in a minute, but that's why I
yeah.
have to,
Or like people
yeah.
are like, you texted me like a day later or 2 days later, you know, or you texted me at midnight. I was like, because I've remembered that I forgot to text
Yeah.
you. So
Oh yeah.
Rachel's like, well, you didn't respond at all, so.
I did in my head.
Yeah.
yeah.
I
that
swear I
count?
did.
Yeah, I thought I did.
Yeah.
That is
That's funny.
great.
Yep.
So, well, are we feeling like we're kind of wrapping up?
I think so.
Do you have anything you want to say? This is
Well,
the no plan. So
I know, I love it because I laugh about like how mine is so different because it's like I have my little question.
Oh, you have plans.
she's very organized.
Yeah, and then and then I discuss it beforehand just to make sure everything's good. You know, just kind of like hit
Give
on
them a
those,
heads up.
And then too, I might come up with some more ideas while
Of
we're
course.
talking. And I don't want to ask a question that like the person might be like, "Well, I don't want to answer that."
Of course.
That's why we say just let us know and we'll cut it.
Yeah, it's just kind of funny
Yeah.
how yeah. So this has been nice.
Yeah,
good.
we've
Thanks
enjoyed
for
it.
coming. Our
first
first
guest.
guest.
Yes, thank you all for tuning in. If you haven't already, please like, follow, whatever on
Subscribe.
TikTok. Subscribe, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. Soon we'll be on Spotify and Apple
Book of
Podcasts.
Face.
Yes. The Book of Face. I
The
said that
Book
too.
of Face.
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
I
Do you
didn't
say that?
hear it.
Oh, did I say the Book of Face?
No, I did.
Oh, but I do call it that.
That's so funny.
Yeah, do you call it that?
I think we're a lot alike.
I think so too.
Yeah.
We're probably
That's why we get along.
we're probably related.
Yeah, I know. Well, you said you're relatives from Selma named Sims. So.
Mm-hmm. But I'm not. I think she wasn't that her last name. I don't know if that was her last name. I might have made it
Was
up.
that your relative?
It's my
He made it up.
great aunt. But
Yeah.
I think she was Sims or Mills. You know what? She was Bonnie Mills.
Oh my god.
Dang. I was
But I'm
hoping
sure we have some
related.
Sims somewhere.
I know. I think
Yeah.
so too. Maybe I have a Stanton.
Probably. There's a lot of us. So,
That's
funny.
all righty.
All right,
That's
until
it.
next
Thanks, y'all.
episode.
Bye.